Um, Hi, hello guys, welcome to stream. ഞാനൊരു സ്ട്രീമർ. എനിവേസ് ഇന്നത്തെ ടൈറ്റിൽ വെരി സ്ട്രേറ്റ് ഫോർവേഡ് ആണ്. ഇന്നലെ വൈകുന്നേരം ഞാൻ സ്ട്രീം കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ കൂട്ടുകാരോട് റെയിൻബോ സിക്സ് കളിച്ചു. ആൻഡ് ടു ബി ഓണസ്റ്റ്, I had fun. Like, I know there are a lot of problems, like with one being Ubisoft, other being like operator changes and shit and all. But I don't know why. For all the blame that I could give that game is fun. Like, yeah, there were moments I did shit. There are moments I popped. There are a lot. So I don't know what to say. I just like, it was very fun. It was genuinely very fun to play Rainbow Six after a long time. Maybe it's because I was playing with friends. I don't think I'll have that same feel. But yeah, most probably I think it's because I was playing with friends. It was very fun, not gonna lie. Anyways, for people, either a promotion poleയാണ്, I guess, kind of. For people who want to enjoy Elder Scrolls Skyrim gameplay from the perspective of someone who has never played Skyrim, and a friend EG, Mr. Thundergod, അവൻ്റെ ചാനലിൽ ഒരു സ്ട്രീം ഇട്ടിട്ടുണ്ട്. So if you are interested, you can go watch it. ഞാൻ ലിങ്ക് ഇടണം എന്നുണ്ടായിരുന്നു, ബട്ട് ഞാൻ മറന്നുപോയി. But yeah, shout outs to Mr. Thundergod, and yes, if you please check out his channel, I guess. Ayo.
Curious, okay? I wanted to check it out. So, come along, fellow depressed millennials. Let's take a walk. But before that, really quick, this video is brought to you by
Masturbating
Raid
men
Shadow
will
Legends.
find their
Now,
hands
obviously, you all know
pregnant
what
in the
Raid is, right?
afterlife,
It's a really
says
pretty RPG
Muslim
for smartphones and
televangelist.
PC, lets you explore millions of champion combinations and strategies as you fight raid bosses, dungeon runs, do campaign battles. There's a PvP arena. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can do in Raid, okay? Now, one thing Raid wants me to do today is tell you which 4 of their champions I would like to have dinner with. Now, the easy answer is any of these guys. Because, like, you know, they ain't eating nothing, okay? More for me, you know what I'm saying? Or I guess probably I'd go with, like, Venus, Madame Ceres, Luria, and Corpse Collector. Mainly because I have a very particular set of interests. But that's just me. The beauty of this game is that you can mix and match your own party of any of these champions in any way you want. Also, get this. In April, Raid is going on a dragon egg hunt. Just download Raid Shadow Legends using the link below, copy your in-game player ID, and then head over to egghunt.playerhunt.com from April 14th to May 15th. Enter your player ID and then journey through the flaming portal, because, you know, there's always one of those. And embark on this really cool AR adventure. You can scour the dragon's lair using your phone, and if you happen to find an egg, you're going to be entered in for a chance to win some really cool in-game items and even real-life prizes, ranging from a legendary Raid champion to Amazon gift cards with a total value of $20,000. Now, this event is for new players, but existing Raid players can also get some cool stuff as well, okay? You just go to egghunt.plarium.com and you'll find a special promo code that everyone can use to get some nice little in-game gifts. So, if you've ever wanted to check out
by the
Raid,
way,
there's
yes,
no better
today
time
is
than right now, okay?
Independence
Use my link in the
Day
description or
for
scan the QR code you see
India,
right
I
here on
guess.
the screen, and you get some really cool
And
in-game bonuses like
yeah,
Champion
just in case
Talia
ഞാനത്
and a bunch
മെൻഷൻ
of other
ചെയ്തില്ലെന്ന്
stuff. So
വേണ്ട,
again, click the
ഷൗട്ട്
link down
ഔട്ട്സ്
below
ടു
or scan this QR
Indian
code right here on the
independence, I
screen
guess.
and start playing
Let's
some
go.
Raid Shadow Legends today. Okay, back to the show. One fateful day in 1993, the evil sorceress Rita Repulsa escaped her space dumpster prison and attacked Earth. 5 teenagers with attitude had their lives changed forever. Son, quick, get up. It's time to save the world. Shut up, you're not my real dad.
Shut up, you're not my real dad. Shut up, you're not my real dad. Shut up.
Any last words?
Okay, last looks.
It's Morphin'
You all
time!
look wonderful. Me,
Triceratops!
I'll look good.
Reloading.
Just really selling the urgency here, aren't you? So the Rangers are once
Reloading.
again fighting Rita Repulsa for some
Okay, let's go.
mysterious reason. As I recall,
Reloading.
Zordon sacrificed himself to destroy the
Yeah.
evil energy inside Rita or whatever. So, oh boy, sure.
By the way, someone did ask me what ഞാൻ ബാക്ക്ഗ്രൗണ്ടിൽ വെച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത് എന്തോന്നാണെന്ന്. So if I see
You brought
a YouTuber or like എങ്ങനെ ഞാൻ വീഡിയോ വെച്ചേക്കുന്ന ഏതെങ്കിലും സ്പെസിഫിക് ക്യാരക്ടേഴ്സ്, if you are interested, like I will just വീഡിയോന്റെ ഇടയിൽ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞേക്കാം. In this case, this is Alex Myers.
Oh, she's an evil robot.
He is അവന്റെ content is usually
like
Like,
What the but anyway, this one looks like the Rangers are about to win, one leads to another, and the Yellow Ranger gets vaporized into nothing. And this leads into the main story of the movie, which is about dealing with the death of the Yellow Ranger, which coincides with the real-life passing of Thuy Trang, the actress who was the original Yellow Ranger back in the 90s. And so Zach and Billy have to think of what to tell her daughter now that Rita has killed her mom. Because, like, how could you possibly explain this to anyone?
So what are we gonna tell her? Maybe their mom drowned?
No. No, Min's too smart for that.
But we gotta decide something, because school is out.
Spike down,
yeah,
B.
Really placing alarm and everything, but like more importantly, take your guys' shoes off. I mean, take them off anyway. But like, this is the Quan household. Literally read the room, guys. Anyway, so let's talk about this. Min,
One enemy remaining.
Overhears everything they're saying because they're just talking so friggin' loud and standing so very normal.
No, we have to tell her the truth. Otherwise, how's she gonna get closure?
She's a kid. She's a kid, Billy. She doesn't need to know that we're Power Rangers.
She needs to know that Rita Repulsa killed her mom.
They're all dead? I have more tests to run.
Like, why does Zach look like he's aged about 6 months and 30 years? Like, what kind
They
of
should
Cthulhu
probably
demon did you make a
reevaluate
pact
their
with?
approach.
Anyway, so they end up having to tell her about the whole, like, being a Power Ranger thing, and then we skip ahead 1 year. Yeah, so there's always someone like this whenever I'm at the park trying to like walk my dog and they're just over there fighting like 50 invisible ninjas. Like, can I just go around you, please? Anyway, so after this, Zach and Min head down to the cemetery for the 1 year anniversary of Min's
what?
mom's death. And you'll
Hold
never
on,
guess who
boyo.
happens to show up and do a bunch of very inconvenient things.
Alarm bot out.
Enemy spotted A.
Found them. Is it me? Found them.
Spike down A.
Just right there in the cemetery. And as I walk through the valley of the shadow of
Spike planted. One enemy
So
remaining.
Rita's back after giving everyone some space over the last year, because, you know, she follows Voldemort rules where, like, no matter what, you never ever interrupt anyone's seasonal vacation or emotional grieving.
how?
Before we begin,
Last player standing.
anniversary, Rangers.
That's Rita.
Joke's over! You're dead!
Yes, Min. Now,
How?
Min wants to jump in there and fight, because, you know, she just spent the whole last year grunting her way around every part of the city. But she has to stay behind while
If
Zach
you are not
jumps in to
doing
save
well,
his friends.
keep trying. We must keep up appearances.
I need a drug.
Zach is back. In black.
What? So sorry I'm late?
Yeah, screw you, Harvey. So Rita uses the
Placing
new
sentry.
special, whatever this is, to capture the Power Rangers and
Placing
transform
alarm
them
bot.
into action figures. like literally, actually, that's what happens.
Against my new power.
Enemy spotted mid.
Ultimate is ready.
Spike down mid.
Mission of battle.
I'm here.
Like virtual boys in a bargain bin. And so Billy and Zach retreat and take Min in their car thing that flies, because of course it flies. I mean, like, why? Enemy spotted Min. So I guess this is like why the movie is really only about Zach and
Turrets
Billy. 'Cause,
destroyed.
like, the other three get turned into action figures, so Rita can milk their ranger powers. Okay, alright, well, that sounded way better in my head till it came out of my face. Rita Repulsa's Ranger Milk. So I guess no one else wanted to come back for this movie, huh? Oh, sure, right, because you're all just so busy. Like, what about Jason, the Red Ranger?
Spike's
Huh? Like,
here.
what are you even doing these days? Oh, okay, never mind, I see it now. Well, they could have at least gotten Tommy the Green Ranger, right? I mean, come on, he's got to be...
Spike's here.
Oh, I wish I hadn't looked that up. Kimberly? Oh, okay, she just wanted more money. That's... All right, moving on. Anyway, so after escaping, Zach and Billy try to figure out what to do next, while Rita's just taking over the world one Toys R Us at a time.
Something
30
that uses
seconds
our
left.
power made by Rita Repulsa. That's a bad mix, and if we don't put a stop to it,
Someone
I
is
don't think they're gonna make it.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Brother!
Look, this is Ranger business.
എന്താ
not
നടക്കണേ?
this girl that has homework due business, okay?
Excuse me? My
Last
dude, you're
round
like
before the
17,
switch.
Fighting off putty monsters wearing a vest that looks like my grandma's couch. Okay, don't even start with me right now. And Billy, clearly you have no idea what to do with your hands. I mean, come on, who stands like this? Both of you need as much help as you can get. That's all I'm saying.
Placing
But the best
sentry.
thing that you can do for everyone is just to stay out of trouble and let us sort this out.
Says the guy who caused
Out of
all
charges.
this. You all know that if it wasn't for you, my mom would still be here. Stalin, huh? Good.
Teenagers with attitude.
Time to
Now,
jump.
while this is all going on, Rita is back on the moon and realizes she needs more power for her machine thing.
Let fun begin.
Slow! We need as many rangers. I know
Spike
exactly.
down mid.
Spotted me.
A paycheck. So after this, we're gonna get a better idea of what Rita was talking about earlier in that.
One enemy remaining.
So what if somebody accidentally tapped into Rita's like evil
pissed.
soul? Alpha 8 robot. Robo Rita.
Ah, please, 1v2 total.
In a way, like, yeah, Robo. Don't worry. Not really, but sure.
After
Switching
all these
sides.
years, I'm free!
That face
It's
won't be
time
smiling
for
when I'm done with
revenge.
you.
No, it can't be.
Hey, do you guys think maybe I should try that again with a little more emotion this time? No, it's all good. One take is fine. We're moving on.
Time's
So now
out.
that Rita's back and her putties are just wreaking havoc all over the world, it's time to call together all the Rangers from
Reload.
all time for one final showdown with... What exactly is Rita?
I'm helping out at JJ's junior karate camp, and the next I'm sneaking off to the bathroom to teleport.
Oh, come on, guys. Rita is back.
So Tommy, Jason, Kim are fighting her.
No.
Really? That's it? No one else wanted to do this movie? Not even Andrew from Bling Empire? Come on, what are you even up to these days? How's that Panda vs. Aliens going for you, huh?
We need these proxy power
Spike
planes
down,
as a
B.
contingency. Now all of you can use dino powers.
Whoa, duplicating active powers is very dangerous.
I don't care how dangerous too much pink energy is. Once a ranger,
Always a
Target
ranger.
destroyed.
Yeah, you hear that, Andrew? Hmm? And so now that they have a red and pink ranger from some other Sentai team, it's time for them to very calmly jump into action while the world is just being terrorized by these Play-Doh robots.
All right, first up, there's been injuries reported already in Angel Grove. We cannot let footage run rampant anyway.
Yeah, boy.
Spike
Ooh,
down
boy, really
A.
getting that sense of urgency here, guys. And so they all transform into Power Rangers using their respective spirit energy sources. But of course, now that they're all
I
like
got the
45,
spike.
you know, it's kind of like diabetes medicine, Lexapro, poison hot patch, fiber pills for my cholesterol. And also somehow magically when they transform, everyone
down.
loses like 30 pounds. I mean, this is not the same dude. Not an ounce of cake on this man. How do they do it?
Last player standing.
It's just, this dude just murdered this guy.
Found them.
Anyway, so while this is all happening,
down.
Min is out here defending the local dispensary.
One enemy remaining.
For some mysterious reason, she can't use her mom's morpher to transform no matter how hard she tries.
You guys are in for a treat. It's morphin' time!
Dave, run.
Oh, my genius doesn't stop in the lab.
Okay, which gun to pick this time?
Probably kind of what it's like when like you're a girl at like any music festival.
Yo,
Oh boy, I
so
can't wait
you
to
have
listen to my
fun, huh?
favorite band play live while dressed in this cute outfit I put together.
Can I get this? Thanks.
But right at the last second, Zach and the Red Ranger guy show
Can I
up to
get
save the
this?
day.
Thanks.
Messing with this place was a big mistake.
For you, Hoodie.
Time for hip hop keto.
It's time.
Enemy spotted mid.
Whatever you say, Zach. And so they saved the teenage girl from these guys who are all like, wow, you're really mature for your age.
Awesome place. Who in tech was hiding all this?
Not the public and not my employees. The place is secret, so let's keep it that way, okay?
Next.
I am.
I'm sorry, Alpha. Can we have the room?
No problem, Zach. My sensors are detecting a vibe.
They're doing the mayonnaise.
What do you think it means to be a ranger? Kicking butt? Two quips, having fun?
But someone needs to dole out justice on the bad guys. Rita killed Mom. She needs to go down.
What you feeling, what you want, it's not justice, it's revenge.
Okay, like, I get what you're saying here about violence and revenge and all that, but like, these
Spike
are like robots,
down
though.
A.
Like, Min's not gonna end up
30
killing
seconds
Min.
left.
This is
One
real
enemy
robots.
remaining.
Who cares? Do what you gotta do, man. Anyway, so the Rangers enact
Be grateful I killed you
secret
quickly.
moon
How are
palace
we
and
winning?
destroy the action figure power machine.
What's happening? എന്താ സംഭവിക്കണേ?
These
Match
are created
point.
These snakes.
They look like
What does
us.
your scanner
Are
say?
they us?
My readings
So
show
many
that
questions.
their energy is connected to our friends.
I'm sorry, could we just play back that masterpiece of a scene right there?
My readings show that their energy is connected to our friends.
Like, okay, I mean, sure, Power Rangers was very cheesy. I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but like, this movie is clearly made for adults, right? Like, no 7-year-old wants to watch a movie about Power Rangers who are all pushing 50, you know what I mean? This is for people my age, okay? So like, why did they make it like this? I mean, this could have been like very sort of self-aware, tongue-in-cheek, kind of like Deadpool or something like that, right? But they just made it exactly like a regular episode of Power Rangers ripped straight from 1992. Like, no one who has nostalgia for the original Power Rangers wants to see these people doing all serious. Like, it's corny enough as it is, okay? You might as well at least have some fun with it, you know what I'm saying?
Rita's trying to contact her younger self. But why?
So many reasons. What?
A Rita reunion? And then some scheme to conquer the galaxy?
Please plan.
Over! You're
And
dead!
give years of knowledge to my younger self.
Like, always wear sunscreen and don't even bother packing those $5 in your suitcase for a weekend trip because, like, seriously, who am I trying to? So long story short, Min gets blasted by the that activates her Power Ranger morpher thing.
Placing
Now she can
swamp
turn into
grenade.
the Yellow Ranger, which is kind of sort of a little bit on the nose.
Placing
there,
swamp
and then
grenade.
Rita turns one of her dudes into like a kaiju, so the Rangers have to call forth their Zords to form the Megazord with the greatest CG I've ever seen. Oh. Oh, wow. This movie also
One
has the
enemy
budget
remaining.
from 1992. This is like Shark Boy Lava Girl level of special effects. Oh, this is the greatest movie of all time. And so in the end, Zack shoots Rita with like a machine gun. And then the universe is saved. Min is the new Yellow Ranger, and now she gets to fight the forces of evil alongside all the adults.
Bomb grenade out.
Look at you. Missed the travel, haven't you? It is nice to have something new to
Attackers
focus
win.
on. But once the equations
that's
get
done.
everyone back to normal
Load
size and back in action, all of this will be over.
I'm ready to get back to JJ. Being a parent is almost as challenging as being a ranger.
Like I said, I'm just a little confused about who this was for exactly, because, like, I get the whole nostalgia thing, especially for 2023, when that's literally all we have going for us. But then, like, they made this like it was for kids? And I mean, like, we had a Power Rangers movie back in, like, 2017, which was fine, I guess. I mean, you know, it did have Naomi Scott in it, so instant 10 out of 10 from me. But, like, who is this for exactly? Like, who's been waiting for this? To be fair, it was a nice send-off for Twee Trang, and I mean, like, I'm sure it was really fun for them to make it. If I had the chance to be a Power Ranger or reprise
Match
my role
found.
as a Power Ranger, whatever, like, and get a nice little paycheck, I mean, sure, I'd do it. Unlike some people, but just like as a movie in and of itself, right? Divorced from nostalgia, just like this was, this was the most bizarre thing I've seen in a long time. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to ring that bell. Leave a like, leave a comment, all that stuff. Send me an email at alexmyerscontact@gmail.com or let me know what movies or TV shows you think I should check out next. And above all, let's everybody have a great day, and I'll see you all next time.
Lotus.
Now that we millennials are in our mid-20s to 30s, the nostalgia market is just exploding. Everything is like a remake, sequel, spin-off, reimagining, spiritual successor, whatever you want to call it. But if there was ever a franchise that did not need a sequel, it's Frozen. But also, that one movie that everyone liked as a kid but no one can explain why, Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Now, I did a video about Shark Boy and Lava Girl over the summer, and it was just the most, like, bizarrely absurd movie I've ever seen. So when I heard Netflix was making a sequel, you better believe I was there day one. But I mean, hey, it's not like it could be any worse than Taylor Lautner doing a singing breakdance routine for no reason, so let's check it out. But before that, really quick, this video is brought to you by Surfshark VPN. Now, it's 2020 and pretty much everyone knows what a VPN is. It protects you when you're on the internet, it stops your IP address from being hacked and your personal data getting exposed. I mean, everybody needs one. But Surfshark VPN goes above and beyond your typical VPN. You can use it on as many devices as you want with just one subscription. They also offer HackLock ID protection that checks to see if your personal data has been leaked anywhere, like usernames, passwords, that kind of thing, so you can stay one step ahead. They also offer a service called Blind Search, which is a completely private and organic search engine free from data tracking and overreaching algorithms. And get this, you can sign up to Surfshark VPN today by going to surfshark.deals/Alex Myers and use the promo code Alex Myers to get 83% off the regular price when you sign up for a 2-year subscription. That means you get premium VPN services and a guaranteed peace of mind using any device or all of them at the same time, plus 3 extra months for free. So if you don't have a VPN, then you really need to sign up. But even if you already have one, go to surfshark.deals/Alex Myers and use the promo code Alex Myers to give Surfshark a try. Okay, back to the show. We start off with Missy, our main character. Now, Missy's dad works for a group called the Heroics, which is kind of like this movie's version of the Rescue Rangers. Now, her dad is also a former superhero who gave up his exciting life of fighting crime when he became a dad, and now he just sits behind a desk refreshing Reddit every 5 minutes like all the rest of us. So right from the beginning, we see Missy getting ready for school.
It's funny how when you look back on a day like this, it always begins so normal. I mean, look at me. I'm actually putting real thought into what I'm gonna wear. Like any of this was gonna matter in an hour.
This one says, talk to me. And this one says, leave me alone.
I mean, this one says I'm cute and preppy and trash talk people behind their backs even though I say how much I hate drama. And this one says stay away and don't talk to me, but like keep trying to talk to me because, you know, even though I pretend like I'm above it all, I actually still want the validation of people trying to talk to me so I can reject them and feel like I'm being all mysterious and stuff. After putting on her I'm not like other girls costume, Missy's dad drops her off at school. But when he goes into work that day, turns out something big is going on that's gonna change the world forever.
We're tracking over 100 alien vessels. Who do you want to send?
How about blinding fast and crushing low?
I don't know. They haven't been getting along ever since the crisis of Edinburgh.
Okay. How about Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
Oh, hey, I know them. Also, yeah, it sounds like a great idea to fight space aliens by using a guy whose powers only work underwater and a girl who, according to the lore of the first movie, is a god now. But because there's like 1,100,000,000 aliens approaching, the lady in charge realizes she has no choice but to send all the heroes at once, including Missy's dad. Now, due to this, Missy's taken from school and put into this underground bunker thing for safekeeping with all the other kids whose parents are currently fighting space aliens.
So I'm Sentry, the director of the Heroics program. You will be staying in our underground stronghold, where the children of superheroes are kept safe while their parents fight enemy forces. We can't afford to have even one of you fall into enemy hands.
Placing alarm bot. Do I really have to go in? Because I won't fit in. I just don't belong. I mean, I'm different from all of them.
Yeah, I wear black shirts and combat boots and read Goosebumps books and listen to true crime podcasts. I'm so unique and different, no one could ever understand me. But okay, so what she actually means here is that Missy doesn't have any superpowers that we know of. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, you know what I'm saying? So she's worried that all the other kids are gonna make fun of her and think she's just a normie. But all the same, she goes into class and meets up with all the other kids and learn about their various superpowers.
Reloaded. Here.
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
Yes, they call me a chair. Let them go. I like it because it's cool.
I feel the strain.
Okay.
So this is Wheels, whose power is being smart, I guess. Noodles, whose power is being Elastigirl from The Incredibles. And then we have this girl over here, Oho.
Her power is she's a genius drawer. Like Van Gogh mixing a lot just a sprinkle of Salvador Dali. Can I see that? A kid standing on top of floating chairs?
Turn out.
Exploding exercise ball?
Let's see, we got a kid standing on chairs, someone punching a ball, and looks like Harry Potter and Draco Malfoy doing...
enemies.
Oh my.
Spike down.
He's a genius artist or whatever, but this just looks like the kind of stuff that every 10-year-old who draws Sonic the Hedgehog posts on DeviantArt.
Finished. My
Is
old
that
friend.
me?
Enemy spotted.
She throw me in front of the class. Oh, she won't answer.
One enemy
She only
remaining.
speaks to her dog. Don't say.
Dead?
You put this stuff up on YouTube or TikTok or whatever, and then you leave it at the door. Anyway, so this girl is a cappella, and her power is manipulating sound waves, so she can move and fly and whatever just by singing.
Calcium cannon.
And then there's Slow-Mo, whose power is moving in slow motion, and Facemaker, who can like shapeshift, I guess.
My job.
Beat that. He makes the craziest faces.
I can even change my face to look like
You.
Oh, no. Trust me, you don't want to do that. Politicians have been trying to get away with that for years. Then there's these two twins who can time travel, which seems way more
Calling my
powerful than like everyone else here. And then finally, we have Guppy.
Guppy, how are you making
Bot
that?
coming back.
My mommy is Lava Girl, but my daddy is Shark Boy.
Wait a second. You trying to tell me that Shark Boy and Lava Girl, you mean they were doing the old
Devil's Tango.
Precise.
Because, I mean, he and she's like, I got some questions, Mr. Rodriguez. So after we meet all the kids, they turn on the TV and watch a live broadcast of all their parents fighting the aliens. But one by one, we see them all get
Spike
captured and
planted.
taken hostage by
One
the aliens,
enemy
and there's
remaining.
only one left to defend Earth.
But I'm still the leader of the heroics. And a good leader
Line up.
leads by example.
Diffuse someone. That's a diffuse.
Now, right as all the superheroes are getting beat up, the principal from Lemonade Mouth shows up because he does.
no.
And he's like, so aliens came and took all superheroes away. So, like,
Here.
whoops. But
Last
then,
round
Missy has
in the
an epiphany.
half.
Realizes that if Samus got pregnant and went into her morph ball mode, then, like, that'd be pretty messed up. But also, she realizes that the aliens are coming for them, too. Because she figures out the secret behind Oho's drawings and what they actually mean.
We need to leave this room right now.
Alarm bot out.
Because the aliens know where we are. Can I borrow this a minute? Oho drew these. Face maker standing on top of the floating chairs. Noodles smashing the exercise ball.
She draws what she sees. Big deal.
She drew these 5 minutes before they happened.
Powers
She can draw
out.
the future.
My ultimate
And
is
so
ready.
now they have to get out of the compound, which is on full lockdown, and they have to do it before
Enemy
the aliens
spotted
come and
C.
kidnap
Placing
them
swarm
and do
grenade.
whatever they're gonna do.
Swarm grenade out.
If anybody wants to join me,
Placing swarm grenade.
Well, what's the plan?
Spike down. Attacker
This is on
spawn.
full lockdown. There'll be guards everywhere.
well, I figured this is kind of like making an omelet.
One enemy
We
remaining.
always start by...
Could have predicted
Wasted the
this.
best years of your life
All
going
right.
to school and then working so much so you can pay for the school you just went to, all the while fighting up the existential dread that like none
Switching
of this even
sides.
matters anyway, so why
Match
bother, you know what I'm
point.
saying?
I evaluated their strategy.
Sir, could you just
It's
pull
a
ahead and grab your food, please?
So they come up with a plan to try and get the guards to give them their access badges by using Guppy's superpowers.
Healing.
Why don't you get back in line?
Oh no! She's got shark strength!
I'm sorry, what? She's got what now?
She's got shark strength!
Sir, what does that mean? So they end up using their powers to knock out the guards
they're
with their
doing?
badges
I
just
like
before the aliens break in and attack. And then they just leave the guards there with the alien tentacles coming through the fan. Now, I lived in Japan for 12 years, okay, so I know where this is going. Anyway, after breaking out of the room and being chased by security guards, they climb a human staircase and finally make it out of the compound, which makes no sense at all, by the way. Like, the whole point was they just needed to get out of the room to avoid the aliens, and so all they have to do is leave the room and then explain what just happened. But somehow after this, the aliens become irrelevant and the grown-ups are the bad guys now? Like, what exactly are these kids running from? Anyway, they steal a train and fly it over to Missy's abuelita's house.
Spike
because
down,
turns out she
C.
used to train the
Last
superheroes
player
back in the day,
standing.
So surely she must know something about what to do in times like this.
If anyone is gonna save the world, it's you. Because all of you are
Superpowers.
Aliens are about to invade, and if we want to rescue our parents and save the planet,
You
we're gonna
can
need to
trust
do
my
it.
boss.
we can
Only
be
malfunctioned
superheroes.
that one time.
Well,
and honestly,
yeah,
she won't
we
miss that
can be
finger.
heroes.
Oh, this is the name of the movie in the movie? Well, excuse me, I didn't realize I was watching a masterpiece. So after this, we get a training montage
Placing
of
alarm
Missy's
bot.
grandma training all these kids on how to like fight aliens and stuff, which, you know, just so happens to be right there in the old superhero handbook, right next to how to make the same movie every year with different characters and get people to pay for it every time.
peeks
So
now.
after the training is over, the aliens come to the house, but the kids manage to escape through a secret tunnel, and wouldn't you know, they find an alien supply ship just kind of... So they hop on in and fly up into space by pushing a bunch of
Feed
random
us in.
buttons and head towards the alien mothership.
But now what?
Enemy B!
Don't worry. Any minute now, Olo's gonna drop all of us smiling and hugging our parents. Isn't that right, Olo?
I guess you've been doing something this whole time. Let me see that.
Spike down. B.
Reloading.
You need Jesus. So after wandering around the alien ship for a while and barely escaping with their lives when some alien tentacles attack, they end up running into a large room where we get a nice little piece of the puzzle about what's really going on here.
Look at that thing.
Here.
delete it. My ultimate is ready.
What the heck is the president doing here?
Inside this thing? All of them? That's correct.
One enemy remaining.
Takeover begins. According to the Supreme
Enemy
Commander,
spotted B.
less than an hour.
Now, right after this, wouldn't you
I
know,
got
we
the
find
spike.
out that the president and the lady in the headquarters and just all adults everywhere, apparently, are actually
Last player
throw them
standing.
into a prison cell that kind of
Spike
just looks like the
down,
set from the
B.
show Love is Blind.
How sad. Kids are just like
Attackers win.
Save the breathing. It's the scientific Silverdrag-N. Putting your own egos ahead of your team.
You know, I thought 13 Reasons Why had some really on-the-nose dialogue, but like, they're just kind of laying it all out there, you know what I mean?
I bet Miss Granada's been working there for years.
They must have hacked the elections and put their own alien in as president, so they could set a trap for the heroics.
I'm such an idiot. President Ninnolaam. Spell Ninnolaam backwards and you have I'm an alien.
Was this movie written by J.K. Rowling? Now, their only chance
Match
of getting out of here is to
found.
have Guppy use her shark strength.
She's got shark
R6 is surprisingly shit for me because I bought it after you guys asked me to buy, then stopped after today. Alaya, ഇന്നലെ നിന്നെ വിളിച്ചായിരുന്നില്ലേ? Professional player. Professional player. Alaya, ഇന്നലെ നിന്നെ വിളിച്ചായിരുന്നില്ലേ? നീ എവിടെയായിരുന്നു? പറഞ്ഞ് ഗോപൻ നിന്നെ വിളിച്ചെന്ന് കേട്ടു. ഇന്നലെ R6 കളിച്ചോണ്ടിരുന്നു.
But anyway, Guppy takes everyone's tears and turns them into a key so she can open the door, which of course opens from the inside, you know, like a normal prison cell. Now, as they're making their escape through the alien ship, they end up getting caught again by the evil aliens with no way out. But that's when Missy comes up with a foolproof plan.
Guys? What do we do now? Missy?
Game throw
Match
dodge ആയോ?
found.
Fuck.
Because
Awareness
we have
100.
something that they don't know about. A secret weapon. We do? Yeah. Teamwork.
So, thanks to the power of friendship, they beat up all the stupid grown-ups. But that's when the movie remembers that they're actually aliens and the kids get captured once again. But that's also when everyone remembers that these two kids over here can time travel, and so they do that and make it so none of us... The kids run back to the room with the purple pyramid thing and try to stop it from doing whatever it's going to do. But that's when the plot twists keep on twisting.
I could always
Thank
talk.
you.
I simply chose to observe and listen instead. And what I heard was chaos, dysfunction, disharmony.
Oh, hey, you like them too? Chaos, Dysfunction, Disharmony is my favorite metal band. Yeah, I love their smash hit single, We're a Bunch of Dudes in Our 30s Who Pretend to Be Angsty So Teenagers Will Buy Our Stuff. Now, long story short, turns out Oho is also an alien, but that's when Wheels hacks a new motherboard to replace the one that's inside the thing to stop it from launching and releasing a bunch
കുറച്ച്
of
ദിവസം
aliens on
മുമ്പ്
Earth.
ചോദിച്ചായിരുന്നു ഞാൻ വെറുതെ ആ ഗെയിം കളിക്കാതെ അല്ലെ നീ വാ ആക്ച്വലി ഇന്നലെ ഞാനും ജിംബ്രവും ഗോപനും കളിച്ചായിരുന്നു രാത്രി പിന്നെ വിളിച്ചെന്നാലും കേട്ടത് പക്ഷെ അറിയത്തില്ല ആക്ച്വലി ഭയങ്കര ഫണ്ണായിരുന്നു വിചാരിച്ചേക്കാളും നല്ല ഫണ്ണായിരുന്നു അവർക്ക് എനിക്കറിയില്ല ബട്ട് പേഴ്സണലി എനിക്ക് ഭയങ്കര ഫണ്ണായി തോന്നി ഗെയിം
But then,
ബട്ട്
that's the moment when we learn the truth about what's really been going on this whole time. Because, you know, I'm sure you're all just completely invested in the story here.
Wait, so our parents were in the pyramid all along? But I don't understand. What's the takeover?
The takeover of power from your parents.
That's right, everybody. Turns out it was all just a simulation put on by the government to train the newest class of superheroes. And so, in the end, the kids become the new superheroes, and now the world is in the hands of a bunch of 11-year-old kids, which is kind of how it feels most of the time anyway. Yeah, so, I mean, it's a kids' movie. You know, it's like Shark Boy and Lava Girl meets Spy Kids or something, which is pretty unavoidable, I guess, if you think about it. But this movie just really hammers home the point it's trying to make. Friendship, teamwork, adults are dumb. But I mean, what did we really even expect? Well, it's 2021, everybody. We survived. Somehow. What a wackadoo year that was, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, starting off the year, I figure what better way than this, like, bizarre sequel to the most bizarre movie ever made? You know, like, I mean, who could have predicted there's going to be a sequel to Shark Boy and Lava Girl? you know? And not only that, but it would be even more just bizarre and nonsensical. And also Netflix apparently announced that they're making a sequel to this one, which, I mean, I'm just over the moon at this point. You know, me and Netflix are real tight buddies, you know what I'm saying? I think back, I've watched shows that I used to watch when I was a kid. I've looked at old Disney Channel shows and Disney Channel movies and cartoons and stuff I watched when I was a kid. It's like, I don't know, things definitely were not nearly as like heavy-handed as they are recently, I feel like. Back on Toonami, when they were showing Sailor Moon episodes, they had like Sailor Moon says at the end, where it's like, this episode is about friendship and trust and blah, 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 blah. And it's kind of like that, I guess, but like you go back and watch like the old DuckTales or Gargoyles or even like Lizzie McGuire or like any of these shows, it's like even Stevens, whatever, it's like they had messages and sometimes they were a little heavy-handed, but like I feel like kid stuff nowadays is just so like in your face about here's the lesson, kids. Did you learn it? Let me make sure you learned it. Let's just tattoo right on your forehead. I don't know. I feel like things were just not nearly as heavy-handed. I've gone back and checked, and they definitely weren't. Anyway, everybody, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to ring that bell so you don't miss any videos from me. What movies or TV shows, whatever you think I should check out, send me an email at alexmycontact@gmail.com. I have a game on the App Store. Check it out. It's kind of like Candy Crush, but it's got all my little dudes on it. So if you're into that, then there you go. I have a podcast out. It's like a dating story, dating advice type of podcast. It's called Doing the Devil's Tango.
Fall back.
In the description. Check that out. Subscribe to that channel if you're interested. Here. And above all, it's everybody have a great day. I'll see you all next time.
Work. Hey, nice work.
You ever have those movies where like you think you've seen it, but then like you actually watched it and realize everything you know about the movie was actually just from trailers and memes
down
or whatever?
A.
Well, that's how it was for me at Coraline, okay? Like I could have sworn I'd seen it before, but then over this last October, I was like, hey, let's watch some of them spooky movies. And as a half joke, I put on Coraline, you know, because I was like, oh, I remember this one. And let me tell you right now, okay? No, I did not. This movie is just... Have any of you seen this movie recently? How is this a kid's movie? PG? Are you kidding me right now? Let me show you what I mean.
One enemy remaining.
This video is brought to you by HelloFresh. I'm sure you've all heard of HelloFresh by now, but just in case
30
you haven't,
seconds
HelloFresh
left.
is a service that ships a box full of food ingredients to your door, along with recipes for said ingredients, because otherwise that'd be kind of weird. It's really just like the perfect middle ground between having to come up with ideas and find recipes.
Last player standing.
Get everything with a bunch of food left over, and you have to make the same thing like 3 times in a row, so you don't waste everything, versus just like ordering out every day and then you watch your bank account slowly dwindle into nothing. HelloFresh is the perfect middle between the two. They have protein-heavy meals, vegetarian, low-carb, whatever you need. And the recipes they give you can be done pretty quickly. Like some of them top out around about 10 minutes. So you can have a real meal made of fresh ingredients you made yourself even faster than if you just like ordered a pizza or something. HelloFresh also constantly updates the meals you can order, so there's always something new to try. But most importantly, by using HelloFresh, you're going to learn that apparently you can use sour cream for literally anything. So if you're interested, click my link down below and use my code HelloMyers to get 65% off your first box and free shipping if you're in the US. But also, the code works internationally, okay? So wherever you're watching from right now, you get some very special discounts if you use my code. So if you ever wanted to give it a try, if you want fresh farm-to-table ingredients sent directly to you with no hassle, and sign up to HelloFresh today and start cooking. Okay, back to the show.
Spike
so
down
the main
A.
character, the titular Coraline, just your average 11-year-old girl in like
One
nowhere
enemy
all the
remaining.
time. You see, she and her family just moved to this apartment in the middle of literal nowhere, and while her parents are busy barely unpacking anything, while also getting mad at her for doing the same thing. Yeah, okay, I see how it is, Mom. They send her away so she can leave them alone. And so Coraline heads out to explore.
I think that's it.
There's a Korok seed right there. Don't miss it. There's only like 946 left to go. Now, right in the beginning, Coraline meets like the only other kid for hundreds of miles, apparently. This guy named Wyborn.
Hey, nice work.
Can I get a drop? Whitey?
Short for Wyborn. Not my idea, of course.
It's Coraline. I think I heard someone calling you Wyborn.
What? I didn't hear anything.
Oh, I definitely heard someone. Why were you born?
Jeez, Coraline, what? Excuse me? The kid's like, oh, hey, Coraline, you're new in the neighborhood, right? Well, hello, my name is Wyborn.
Joke's over! You're dead!
And then there's a clinical error at child services, and they put you in a foster home full of bees. But I mean, like, okay, to be fair, you know, the first time Wyborn shows up is like this.
Enemy spotted A.
Let me guess.
Well, like, come on, okay? You're telling me that meeting a fellow 11-year-old who
Last
looks like
player
Max over
standing.
here with his own motorcycle would not be the coolest thing? Anyway, so after confirming like every intrusive flat white room I've ever had, Coraline goes home and we finally meet her parents, which kind of explains like why she acts the way she does, I guess.
So, can I go out?
Last round before the switch.
No, Coraline, brain makes mud.
You and Dad
I need a
you
drop.
about plants, and you hate dirt.
Coraline, I don't have time for you right now.
Well, gee, maybe you should have thought that before you had kids, Mom. Huh? I never asked to be here.
Oh, some kid left this on the front porch.
Hey, Jonesy. Look what I got in my trunk.
Huh.
Careful there.
Why?
Find the weak
I'm
point
way
and
too
break
old
it.
for those.
Coraline, you're like 11, okay? You're the prime age for those. Get over yourself.
See
And then, of course, there's Coraline's dad.
Gotcha.
Hey, Dad.
Oh, hey, that's where that meme comes from. I didn't know it was from this movie. Although, real talk, this is like literally me right now making this video. A lot of people probably think YouTubers' lives are glamorous and stuff. And like, I don't know,
One
maybe
enemy
some people's
remaining.
Are, but like, for me, I spend
Spike
like 6
down,
days a
B.
week literally just looking like this. Gotta put more funnies in. Gotta add 2 more frames to the sequence. No one's gonna notice but
Switching
me.
sides.
Should have been a Minecraft YouTuber.
Know where the garden tools are?
We know what we're doing. Trust each other and we'll be fine.
Pouring out there, isn't it?
It's just raining.
What the boss said.
Don't even think that for you, Coraline Jones!
Be quiet.
Then you won't need the tools.
So Coraline goes around to explore the house and comes across this tiny little
quiet.
door in the wall.
Be quiet.
Now, as someone who has moved into this house, you'd think her mom would
quiet.
probably be like, huh, I didn't know
quiet.
there was a tiny door here in this house that I'm paying for. We should investigate. But not, and I see Coraline's mom hates anything
quiet.
fun or slightly interesting.
Will you stop pestering me if I do this for you?
Be quiet. Be quiet.
Bricks? I don't
Yes.
get it. And why is the door so small? We made a deal. Zip it.
What is your deal, Mom? Hey, Mom, I found this mysterious door. You want to check it out? Stop being part of my life, Coraline. I know you're like 12 or whatever, but why can't you act like an adult who's constantly depressed and has been beaten down by life like me? And then for dinner, they eat like, I don't even know what the heck this is supposed to be. So like, this is Coraline's, right? She's getting some new clothes like every other sentence out of her mom's mouth is like, I should've
One
told your
enemy
father to
remaining.
triple rack that
Last
night. And then
player
she meets
standing.
the one other kid her own age in the entire town, I guess. She's like, oh, you want to be my friend? Well, guess what? Your parents never loved you and
Now
never will.
there's some
So,
serenity.
yeah. Now that night, Coraline gets
That's
led
a
by
good
a mouse
run.
to the small door she found earlier, which now, surprise, surprise, leads to one of those giant cat tunnel things that makes all the crinkly sounds when you touch it, you know? And this leads Coraline to an alternate reality version of her own house.
Yes.
Shut up, you're not my real
Mom? What are you doing here in the middle of the night?
You're just in time for supper, dear.
Maybe you get the spike.
What's going on? So in this alternate universe, Coraline's mom just bends over backwards to do the shockingly painstaking job of, you know, being a mom. And then her dad is literally just himself if the mom wasn't nagging him about everything all the time.
Because I have a terrible case of writer's rash on my...
If the real Charlie Jones wants his pages edited, he better wrap them up ASAP.
Yes, honey, whatever you say. In sickness and in health. Love you too. Anyway, so this is just like the perfect life that Coraline always dreamed of. Which, you know, it's kind of messed up. Like in this kid's movie, there's an 11-year-old main character who has to go to like an
Blinded.
alternate universe just to have parents who actually like her. It's kind of like Matilda, you know, except in this movie, Coraline's the only child and they still don't even want her. I mean, this is like the kind of movie I can imagine every 12-year-old girl watching and they're just like, no way, this is totally my life right now. My parents hate me so much. Honey, you asked me if hypothetically you could date every member of BTS if they all fell in love with you at the same time. To which I said, we'll see. You never support my
Feeling over
dreams.
here.
And like, real talk, okay, come on. Coraline's like 11 or 12 or whatever, so like, if her parents were actually like how they are.
One enemy remaining.
You know she would still not be happy about it. Hey, Coraline, I just wanted you to know that I love you very much and I ordered your favorite pizza for dinner. Shut up, Mom! This family stinks! No one understands me! So after waking up back in her original dimension or whatever this is, Coraline goes to visit her neighbors that live in the same apartment
30
building.
seconds left.
It's very close. Like the Russian circus dude who just kind of does this a lot. Or the wackadoo old ladies who live downstairs.
Miriam, put the kettle on.
You broke it.
10 seconds left.
What's wizard? I don't know who designed these characters, but it's like a Pixar mom in reverse. It's like if it turned
Match
Dexter's
point.
mom upside down. And then like halfway through this movie, there's a part that I probably can't even show on YouTube, okay? But like in the alternate universe, these two ladies are putting on like a stage show. And this lady over here, she's like 90% nude, just bouncing around all over the everything. Just the most stacked woman you've ever seen in your life. Totally normal kids movie, no further questions. Mom, why does she look like that? Oh, you know, it's because God hates both of us, honey. And of course, obviously, then they unzip their skin and pull it off. Anyway, so back in the real world, Coraline runs into YB for a little bit.
Oh, great! The village stalker! Ow! I wasn't stalking you.
Get out of my way!
And then she heads back into that little door to be with her cool parents, who let her say all kinds of naughty words like.
Great.
Spike down A.
Hello?
I thought you were
Slate time.
so I fixed him.
What does that mean, Mom?
Oh, yeah! Monster on the loose! Oh, no. What does that mean?
Last player standing.
Get to the main conflict of the movie here. After spending more and more time in this like perfect magical world of having parents who actually like you, the other shoe drops and then
You could stay here forever, if you want to.
Really?
Sure, we'll sing and play games.
None of
till
my
Mother
stuff has
will cook your
malfunctioned
favorite
yet.
meal.
There's one little thing we need to do. Black is traditional.
that's right, everybody. Just when you think everything's all great, then they hit you with the, oh, now you need to pull your eyes out and sew buttons on them old routine, you know what I mean? Come on, tale's old as time. It's like when you've been single for a while and then you finally decide to get back out there and meet someone new, and then you're on like your third date or whatever, you know, you head over to their apartment and they're just like, well, that was fun. Anyway, time for the bloodletting ritual. So obviously Coraline's like, and runs back to her alternate universe bedroom.
What's wrong, Coraline? Don't you want to play?
Yeah, I want the huggy face.
Found one.
What? Excuse me? Where's that coming from? But her button-eyed mom has had it up to her.
One enemy remaining.
You're dead! Real quick.
You are my mother.
Okay.
Apologize at once. I'll give you one.
That was close.
Two.
Attackers win.
Game over.
Oh, you're like one of those kind of moms. So we come to find out that this lady is actually some kind of demon or something that has done the same thing to a couple other kids before Coraline. And to stop her, Coraline needs to find the other kids' eyeballs, which have been hidden somewhere in this fake alternate apartment building. And like, okay, so up to now, the movie's been kind of messed up. You know, like I said, Coraline's mom hating her for like no good reason. Coraline giving Wybie all 13 reasons, you know what I'm saying? Coraline's fake mom ripping out fake Wybie's voice box and telling her to rip her own eyes out. Like, you know, just normal kid stuff, right? But dude, okay, let me tell you. When Coraline goes around getting the eyes for this like JRPG quest or whatever, this is like, I was not prepared for this part of the movie.
No point. Pulled a long face. And Mother didn't like it.
Wherever they run,
What?
I will find them.
You dare disobey your mother!
It's just a movie. It's just a movie. Although nothing really compares to how unsettling Dakota Fanning's fake Michigan accent gets throughout this movie.
I wasn't saddled with anything. It's Coraline.
Oh my god. I have to go back.
Anyway, so then this spider demon lady traps Coraline's parents in a snow globe. But throughout all the like sleep paralysis nightmare scenes I just showed you, Coraline finally manages to find the eyeballs, escape the demon, and rescue her parents.
Coraline, we're home. Mom! Dad, I missed you so much!
Oh no, you broke my favorite snow globe.
I didn't break it. It must have broke when you escaped.
And cut your knee. But, well, get yourself cleaned up.
But like, this is the part where I'm a little confused about what the movie's like supposed to be about or whatever. Cause like, I mean, okay, so Coraline and her parents have this really strained relationship because Coraline wants them to just be nice to her and her parents are too busy working on their gardening catalog or whatever. And so Coraline goes through all this stuff to defeat the demon mom thing and rescue her parents, and like, they don't even remember. And like, at the very end of the movie, the parents realize that they've been mean and neglectful to Coraline, but not because of anything that actually happens in the movie. It's just like, because they finally finished the catalog.
We're going out tonight.
We got a lot to celebrate.
You're talking about your garden catalog?
So like, pretty much nothing Coraline does in this movie has anything to do with the main reason why it's even happening in the first place. All Coraline had to do to solve all of her problems at the beginning was just like wait 3 days. Like, I figured it was gonna be like she rescued them from the snow globe and then they're like, oh my goodness, Coraline, you saved us even though we've been so mean to you for no good reason whatsoever. Here's those One Direction tickets you asked for. Like, I don't know, whatever 12-year-olds in 2009 wanted. But like, Coraline goes through all this stuff to save them and her parents are just over here like, all right, we finished the catalog. Oh shoot, we have a kid, don't we?
Cold drinks?
Oh yeah, great.
You were right, Coraline. I really hate dirt. But the tulips look nice.
Thanks, Mom.
Now, about that whole BTS thing we talked about. So the moral of the story here, kids, is, don't want a better life, okay? Just suck it up and wait, and things might get better eventually. Or maybe there is no moral of the story, and it's just like, Coraline, life sucks. Tell your friends. I will say though, all in all, I really do actually like this movie a lot. Like, it has that perfect like Roald Dahl series of unfortunate events kind of like feeling to it, you know? I mean, this might be one of the most horrifying movies I've ever seen, okay? Kids movie or not, this is something else. But like, I can totally see why people like it so much. I will say though, this movie really does remind us all that like stop motion is just its own art form, really. You know, claymation, stop motion, whatever you call it. Like, we just don't get nearly enough of these movies anymore. You know what I mean?
True,
Like, can we
actually
just
true.
get 2 fewer Marvel movies and get 1 more of these? Maybe, but not even that. Like, wasn't the budget for She-Hulk like it was like $25 million per episode or something, right? So if you had like 2 episodes fewer of that show, that would give us a whole new Coraline. You know, like more of this kind of stuff. You know, there is that Guillermo del Toro Pinocchio stop motion movie coming out in December, and I, for one, am well excited for that movie. Because like I said, we don't get enough of those, and there's someone there. More of those, please. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, ring that bell, leave a like, comment, all that stuff. gmail.com, and let me know what movies or TV shows you think I should check out next. And above all, everybody have a great day. We'll see you all.
Perfect.
Reloading. Continue my journey of catching up on all
Revealing area.
before the newest Barbie movie comes out.
Found them.
I did a video about Princess and the Pop, which was a complete cultural reset for the entire world. Yeah, let's go. And now we're moving on to another masterpiece in the Barbie movie. This movie came out in 2006, just 2 years after Princess and the Pop. So, what do you say we take a walk and check it out? But before that, really quick, this video is brought to you by Surfshark. Extension that lets you change your IP address to be pretty much anywhere in the world you want. And what this means for you is it protects you from websites and other users trying to snoop on what you're doing and from where. Maybe your country has some like weird, strict content sensitive laws, and you just don't want people to potentially hack your accounts. Well, Surfshark can help you with all of that. But it also has a lot of very practical day-to-day uses, like allowing you to watch the Netflix libraries from almost any country. Fun fact, Slovakia has by far the highest number of
Scanning ahead.
Reloading watch, with over 7,400 titles compared to 6,800. All you gotta do is just install Surfshark VPN and tell them to put your IP address in Slovakia, and there you go. You have access to an extra 1,600 titles. So using Surfshark VPN, you can have access to all of that. Or in the reverse, if you're traveling away from your country, you want to stay up to date on a certain show you're watching or whatever, you can use Surfshark VPN to put your IP address in your country, and then wham, bam, 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 there you go. Sign up and install, and it only costs $2.49 per month with a 2-year subscription. So it barely costs you anything, really. And you can access to all of it. You can use a single subscription on an unlimited number of devices. So let's say you and 4 other family members, y'all want to pitch in on 1 subscription. That means you get all of this for 50 cents a month. Click my link down below and use the promo code MYERS for 3 months. Click my list and sign up today. Okay, back to the show.
As the chief emissary of the majestic kingdom of Balovia, I am authorized by my king and my magnificent
There they are.
to hereby invite the princesses of King Randolph to a royal gala. We have invited...
Yeah, okay, this is literally just that Preminger guy from the last one. I see a mile away, Preminger. You can't fool me. So right away, we get a crash course of all the characters of this movie. Most of them are unimportant and don't really do anything. Instead, as a just there are 12 of these little princess dudes just like running around.
Rosemary Ball.
Wow. Going through. Just be a second, Papa.
Shut that.
So this guy came to invite all the princesses to like a then he sees how utterly random and just immediately runs away.
New stage in 10. Scanning ahead.
Get out of my way.
Your Highness.
You know, growing up, everyone talks about doing locker room talk, you know, as if we all just stand around talking about movies all day or whatever. But being friend zoned by like every girl in my house, girls are infinitely more than any guy you'll ever meet. Anyway, so the queen popped out 12 kids like a baby turkey.
I'm good
How
for
are these
3.
things related? I can only imagine. Because, like, as we learned, she had 7 kids, and then she had twins, and then triplets? Like the one she tapped out at the end. Also, this is Barbie as Genevieve, the middle child. Like, there, because she's so related. Now, given what just happened this morning with the whole ball invitation, he's starting to worry about his daughters having hobbies and enjoying
Scanning
fun.
ahead.
Can't have any of that nonsense.
There they are. Find them.
Like what?
You know, in looking through all these Barbie movies, like, almost all of them are about being a princess, right? Because little girls always want to
Not
be
ready yet.
princesses. But, like, no one ever
Shock
talks
dog.
about what that actually means, though. So, Kenny, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a firefighter. And what do firefighters do? They shoot people from the building. And what about you, Sally? I want to be a princess. And what do princesses do? They get married at 12 years old to their second cousin to maintain
Shock dog.
diplomatic relations.
15 kills to go.
But anyway, so the king is cut short when something even more important happens.
Walk inside.
Revealing area. Wait, there they are.
We're gonna be shopping them. Also, like, they're all these Scrooge McDuck princesses who can, like, have literally whatever they want. So it doesn't seem really that big a deal. Anyway, so this is where we get to meet the cobbler there, who you can tell is supposed to be some kind of, like, hot guy love interest or whatever, because he's got, like, the biggest nose you've ever seen. It's the same with the king from Princess of the Pop. Apparently every girl's dream guy is just like...
Derek! Do you have our shoes?
Was I supposed to bring shoes?
Yeah, okay, sorry to interrupt again, but, like, why do these 3 little girls look so demonic? What happened here? So once all the girls had their shoes they want, I can believe that.
Revealing
All we're
area.
missing is music.
Music?
Hey.
Well, I mean, I did learn to play a couple songs in 3rd grade. Not to brag or anything, but I played Hot Cross Buns at the town one time, and I got stuffed in 2 lockers afterwards.
Okay, I guess Valorant ഇന്നത്തെ ഗ്രൈൻഡ് തീർന്നു. Apex time.
So then they dance for, like, forever, and we flash forward to that night where the girls are all giggles and gossips about Derek the Cobbler.
Genevieve, is it the shoes you like?
Or the cobbler who made them.
What are you talking about?
Derek is so cute.
Okay, so about a month ago, I made a video about Hocus Pocus, the 1993 classic Disney movie that's totally definitely made for kids.
What are you supposed to be?
Well, obviously. How much candy have you had, honey?
Mom, I haven't OD'd. I haven't even had a piece.
And here we are, some 29 years later. Why not wait till 30? Who could possibly know? But all the same, Disney decided to bring back the Sanderson sisters for an all-new cinematic experience, which, oddly enough, would you believe is called Hocus Pocus 2. So what do you say we take a walk and check it out? I mean, come on, how bad could it possibly be? But before that, really quick, this video is sponsored by Audible. If you don't know what Audible is by now, Audible is an online service that lets you download audiobooks, audio newspapers, and just like all kinds of spoken word entertainment. If you sign up now, you can start listening with a free 30-day Audible trial, which gets you 1 free audiobook that you can use for any title in their premium selection and keep forever. Now, on top of the premium selection, Audible also has thousands and thousands of all-you-can-listen audiobooks, original entertainment, and podcasts included in the Audible Plus catalog. Audible Plus is their new service that lets you download and stream as much as you want from thousands of titles, including all Audible original content. Now, Audible originals are exactly what they sound like. Audiobooks are some kind of like audio entertainment thing that you can't find anywhere else, or exclusive versions of books like The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, read by Nick Offerman, for example. If you're looking for something to spend your free audiobook credit on, I would recommend the new Janet McCurdy book, I'm Glad My Mom Died. I mean, it is a messed up roller coaster of a story. But if you're at all interested in what it's like being a child star, or the show iCarly, or just like behind the scenes of what a teen show is like, this is a heck of a listen, I'll tell you that. Sign up with my link, audible.com/Alex Myers, or text my name, Alex Myers, to 500-500, start your Audible Plus membership, and start streaming thousands of audiobooks today. Okay, back to the show. So we start off way back in the year of 1653, and first thing, we meet a young Winifred Sanderson, who you better believe has just about had it with everything, but like Sam though.
How dare they!
Winifred Sanderson. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. One more time.
The worst day of my life!
Hey, you know, I said the same exact thing when I found out that the little Native American dude with the star on the Tootsie Pop wrapper doesn't mean nothing. Years of my life wasted. I tell you what.
This is your champion.
Cannot eat him. I'm in trouble.
Just want to give a
Turn
shout
your
out
voice
to
up
all
being
my
an
fans
Hebrew
watching.
accent? Worse.
What's up?
Been told I'm getting old.
Yeah,
I'm
that's-
married.
Let's start whining,
What?
and I'll turn
I'm sorry,
this
is
whole
girl
drop
like 15?
around.
Although, to be fair, that's also what growing up in Iowa was like, you know? I mean, there's kids I went to high
I'm
school
the
with
Joe
who have, like,
Master, which
grandkids
should
now.
go
I'm
without
just over
saying.
here like, well, time to make a cartoon about Disney.
How about that?
Yes, y'all.
Reverend Trask arranged it. Said it was his duty.
Vámonos.
Father died.
Olé!
Did he say no? First, then I took the Lord's name in vain.
Yeah, so in case you hadn't figured it out for yourself, Winifred Sanderson is not just your every goody good kind of girl, you know what I'm saying? I mean, she gets the Lord's name in vain, she has her hair uncovered, and sometimes she even walks around with her shoes unproperly buckled. Okay, this is how it always starts. Next thing you know, she's gonna be working down at the Jebediah's Elbow and Ankle Emporium. But yeah, so the entire town is having a whole to-do about Winifred not wanting to marry the local
Snacks and materials. Some eager beaver got first blood.
give thee one more chance. Atone for thy disgusting words and agree to marry John Pritchard.
Ah, yes. John Pritchard, a.k.a. the hottest dude on Ticketh Talketh.
No.
We're already in the ring.
Oh, praise God. I apologize, Reverend. It is only so lovely and pleasant.
Yeah, okay, sure. That's real rich coming from you, John, okay? I found some the fans they call it that time Sonic and Taylor both got me pregnant, okay? Like, don't even start with me right now. Anyways, after some back and forth, Winnie just decides to drop this bomb.
Marry anyone. It will be Billy Bridges.
What?
In the graveyard.
Such a crack.
So, like, okay, things start to escalate pretty bad. Miss Anderson's sister is forbidden forest. And, of course, wouldn't you know, they just so happened to run into this ridiculous like, I mean, does anyone know what this is?
Ah, fuck, 45 damage ആയതേ ഉള്ളൂ.
Why just not coming to them?
No choice.
Different.
Beauty that killed
Right
the
to
beast.
fear thee.
But
Well,
mostly
hey, would you
does
look at that,
to
Winnie?
violent
All the
combat.
time you spent not being like other girls has finally paid off, okay? So who's laughing now, Rachel, from butter churning class?
Thy.
Yeah, okay, this movie's getting kind of weird. Anyway, so moving on from that, long story short, this lady's like, happy 16th birthday, guess what? You're a wizard, Harry. And gives the sisters the magic book so they can, like, practice magic or whatever. And of course, the first thing they do is set the Reverend's house on fire. See, this is what happens when you take the girl who's read every Jane Austen novel and give her the Necronomicon. Okay, next thing you know, suddenly she's got this unquenchable thirst for vengeance. But all the same, we then do a hard cut to the far-off futuristic year of 2022 and meet our main characters, Becca and Izzy. Two high school friends who are just so gosh darn excited for Halloween.
Happy birthday.
Did I get you?
Yeah. Oh, incoming.
So what are you guys doing tonight?
Birthday rituals, scary movie marathon, same as every year.
Let's take our time.
Things sure do seem a little awkward between these three. I wonder what could have led to such circumstances.
Hey, Sid. Sorry I'm late. I decided to have 2 breakfasts.
Okay, never mind. No further questions, Your Honor. Yeah, so Becca, Izzy, and Cassie, this girl, all used to be the bestest best friends. But then, Taylor's oldest time, wouldn't you know, this guy has
Mafu
to
dofu.
ruin everything, like boys do. And now it's just Becca and Izzy. Cassie's over here just trying to be like the cool, popular girl or whatever.
Your dad is going to find out about your party, and when he does, you're going to be grounded until at least college.
Shooting star!
Why do you care? I'm not coming.
You guys are like doing things you like that you think are fun because you enjoy them. Don't you know you're only supposed to do stuff you actually hate on pretend is cool because someone else said it was? Okay, that's never the rest of the life, right, guys? So Cassie ditched them for some boy, and now she's throwing a party, didn't even invite them, and if that was you'll never guess who Cassie's dad is.
അളയാ
You know, Cassie's family dates back to the witch trials. Most people had this as Mr. Trask's favorite holiday.
Didn't your madre ever tell you? Never try to beat an ox train.
That's right. Would you believe Cassie's family is directly descended from the Reverend from the beginning of the movie? I wonder if this will become important later.
Someone's got a birthday, right?
Yes.
Are you heading to your secret circle?
We actually don't call it the Secret Circle anymore.
Oh my gosh. Remember when Cassie would bring like 10 flashlights with us?
Oh, where is Cass?
Well, she's running late.
Oh.
She had
And 80,000 ആയതാണല്ലോ damage. 79,000
Why
എങ്ങനെയായി?
are you covering for her? After what she did to you? Breaking the girl code like that? No. We march it down. Anyway, so later on, Becca and Izzy head over to what used to be the Sanderson sisters' house, which is now this gift shop run by this guy, Gilbert, who's just like really into the Sanderson sisters. Unlike me, you know, who also is really into the Sanderson sisters. Whatever, shut up, leave me alone. But like I said, Becca and Izzy head over to, oh, wait, no, come on. Sure, of course Becca's one of those crystal girls. Why wouldn't she be? Although, to be fair, the guy for the first movie's hobby was like, that he liked boobs.
Oh, Allison. You're so soft.
Max likes her yabos. In fact, he loves them.
Anyway, so they go talk to Gilbert.
When it's your birthday? You know, legend has it. It's on the 16th birthday that a witch gets her powers.
And like most legends, I'm assuming that's based in some sort of patriarchal fear of female aging.
Yeah, probably that too.
Well, yeah, hey, I mean, if you're still single past 25, it's all over for you. Although, if you're still single past 40, then you're legally obligated to terrorize a small farming town and kidnap the children whenever you want, so don't give up now.
But either way, I have a gift for your empowerment. Just the thing for a young mystic.
And so later that night, as part of their lame Halloween party thing, they head into the forest just outside of town and decide to light the candle that the guy gave them because, I mean, it's Halloween, so like, what else you gonna do? And right that moment, you'll never guess what happens.
Grappling.
What the?
How was that?
We got a zone. That's a good thing. They got a zone. That's a bad thing.
That's right, would you believe the candle they got was actually another black flame candle that was lit on a full moon on Halloween by a virgin, and now once again the sisters are back, even though they exploded into dust back in the last movie, but sure, let's do all this in. So everybody's going to need to find a trace for him. So the shop was Gilbert and you know, they're just like, what can you Right, so it turns out this was all a secret plot by this dude to resurrect the sisters once again. Now you're probably wondering, why would anyone do that? Well, I'm glad you did. So the story is that back in 1993, Gilbert was a kid in Salem who happened to kind of just like be on the sidelines and saw everything that happened between the sisters, Max, Danny, and after seeing all this, his first thought was like, oh boy, I sure wish these older women would chase me around and rock me. I get it. I mean, we both saw Saber Sanderson do this. I've seen what you've done for others.
I couldn't let the candle myself. It's for me.
Why not?
So he used the book to make another black flame candle, and he's just been waiting for some young virgin to come into his store and he's been waiting for years for some cute, innocent 16-year-old girl. He's been waiting for someone to come light the candle who can make it move forward. Because apparently the best way to repel evil is the power of premarital sex. So now that the Sanderson sisters are back, he really doesn't want to just do the whole like makeup motion and can't suck out their soul. That's never actually worked. So they head over to their old house and set up a new plan.
It's been decided. We are doing Magic High Maxima. That was 300 years ago. That promise has expired.
Hey, wow, promises don't expire, Winnie. Friendship is forever. So they plan on performing this super spell thing that the mommy witch told them never to do, but clearly there's some dire circumstances. Now, to do this spell, they need a couple things. So they recruit Gilbert to go out and get most of the stuff, except the last thing on the list, which is blood of thy enemy. Because you see, remember back how we learned that the descendants of the Reverend guy are still in Salem? Yeah, so the sisters maybe kind of sort of want to do this with them. Now, one of the things the sisters tell Gilbert to go get is the head of one of their old lovers.
The head of a lover. Yes, all of our lovers are gone.
I knew
Nonsense. You simply dig up my old lover.
You know, Billy was my love.
Oh, Sally, you were just playing.
So he heads off to the cemetery to dig out Billy Butcherson. Now, I didn't mention Billy back in my first video because like, he doesn't really do anything important. Like, he just kind of shows up, chases the kids around for a bit, and then heads off. So, like, this movie is slightly more important, I guess.
Yeah. Everyone know what Billy Butcher is.
Which Winifred also mentioned. And then, according to the lore of the movie, she started dating Sarah Simmons, and Winnie didn't like that, so she killed her. So, like, when Billy and Winnie kissed, Winnie was like 15, right? And Sarah was like 10. Exiled from town or whatever, right? So this turns out Billy takes out her sister. That's kind of messed up my movie. So much like the first movie, and by that I mean exactly like the first movie. The rest of the whole thing is just like going back and forth between Becca and Izzy and the Singer sisters. Like, Becca's trying to stop this from doing their spell by protecting Cassie. Because if he doesn't, they're probably going to kill him. Throughout all this, Becca starts noticing that there's something strange about him.
Oh, don't worry, pet. Me and
There's
Newt
all
have a
in the
teensy
walgreens,
wee
the
baby.
leaves in the basement. Cassie's house. 16th birthday. You're a witch.
Okay, sure, why not? Yeah, this movie's just like every girl on TikTok's dream come true. You go into a forest one night and then some hot witch tells you that you're just too powerful, my dude, and that's why all the girls are mean to you, because they're just jealous.
God. Different passion right to fear thee, thy.
Like if you finally collect enough crystals from your local strip mall, then one day they'll give you magic powers. I mean, this is like if I made a movie about some total loser weed guy in high school who suddenly gets to be Tuxedo Mask from Sailor Moon, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just really on the nose. But anyway, so thanks to Becca, the witches can't get Cassie's death. So they decide to take Cassie instead because she has the same bloodline, so it all kind of works out, I guess. Although I think they're really overcomplicated this, because like if I was doing this spell, it'd just be like, huh, the blood of my worst enemy, you say? Well, looks like it's the end of the road for your reign of terror. And so Winnie takes a drop of blood from Cassie, but somehow Izzy and Becca manage to save the day. Just kidding, the witches show up again. And oh golly gee, what are they gonna do? No, please tell me you're not doing it.
Becca, give me your hand. Let's defend this zone. Right now.
Shields are recharging.
Becca, give me your hand.
No. Guys, this is really happening right now. The real magic was Magicae Maxima, Mantula Magna Novitas. However, the part of the spell that Winnie forgot to read states that in order to receive ultimate power, she has to sacrifice something of equal value.
Power spell. It takes what you value most.
Oh, nothing but a silly child. No, nothing.
That's right, the price for the spell was her own sister. With Becca and Izzy for the chance to be the popular girl, date the hot guy, and then spend all her time listening to them talk about, like, you know, Elon Musk's movies for too visionary by Joe Rogan. You want to listen to more Joe Rogan? But you know, it's kind of funny, actually, how, like, the last movie, they're trying to stop them from casting this spell, right? But it's so really, they cast the spell, and then they cause their own demise. So, like, nothing that really mattered. That result would have been almost exactly the same. Anyway, so watching this disappear when he's like, wait a minute, have I been the bad guy the whole time?
Molly.
Look, I'm
And so Becca uses the spellbook to cast some magic on Winifred, which conveniently also turns her into dust. She, Izzy, and Cassie are all best friends again, and that's pretty much the end of it. So, okay, I mean, like, the movie's fine, I guess. It's very much heavily coded in nostalgia, which is obviously the point, but like it really hits you over the head where it's like, remember when they sang that one song in the first movie? Yeah, okay, let's do that like 3 more times. Come on, what do you think? So like the beautiful actual friendship is magic message is, it's just, I mean, come on, really? And like comparing this movie to the first one, the first movie is definitely a lot more edgy, I guess. Like right at the beginning, Max meets these 2 kids who ask him for a cigarette and then steal his shoes. But then in this movie, about 2/3 the way through, being nice or something.
She's making fun of them.
So like the moral lessons of Hocus Pocus 2 is just about how like the true magic is friendship, and also you shouldn't call people friends. So basically this movie is just like everything. For what it is, it's fine. Completely unnecessary, but you know, I've seen worse. Okay, so there's that.
Go us. We gotta go.
So here I am once again, trucking along on my little Harry Potter video series, and we finally come to the third one, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Now I remember this book and movie being my favorites when I was a kid, although I couldn't really tell you why that was, but all the same, let's just tighten up those Velcro straps on our shoes and take a walk. But before that, really quick, this video is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. Now I'd be shocked if you didn't know what Raid Shadow Legends was by this point. Whether you want to or not, you definitely are. The free mobile fans nothing to lose by time. And right now, for the holiday season, Raid has introduced a new super box called the Hydra, which had been its own set of boss battles at the price poison cloud, but the head of torment is terrifying, constantly applying true fear to your character. Stop it by hiding your champion veil buffs. The head of mischief loves your buffs. Target the champion. The head of wrath is super dangerous to drag out. When you hit a 15, healing actually lower their HP, and it can fully heal the other heads. And the head of suffering, the Hydra's main tank head, it has this new debuff called Pain Link, which causes your champions to take damage whenever they attack the Hydra head itself. Also, from now until January 28th, every player can get a new limited edition champion courtesy of the Don't miss it. You can sign up by clicking and new players will get the epic champion Aina, as well as 200k silver, 1 energy refill, 1 XP boost, and an ancient shard, so you can keep summoning more champions to get you going. And you can find all these rewards right up here. So again, click the link down below, or just scan this QR code to start playing Raid Shadow Legends today. Okay, back to the show. So first thing right off the bat in this movie, Harry's uncle's sister comes over for whatever reason, and as relatives always do, just starts talking smack out of nowhere.
What are you smirking at? But you mustn't blame yourself about how this one turned out, Vernon. It's all to do with blood. Bad blood will out. What is it the boy's father did for Junior?
Nothing. He didn't work. He was unemployed.
And a drunk too, no doubt.
That's a lie. My dad wasn't a drunk.
Now, Harry doesn't really appreciate this and uses his magical mind superpowers to turn her into Violet Beauregard from Willy Wonka, and she just kind of flies away. And this is when Harry starts to think that now might be a great time to pack up his things and run away forever.
You bring her back! You bring her back now and you put her right!
No, she deserves what she got. Away from me.
You're not allowed to do magic outside school.
Yeah? Try me.
They won't let you back now. You've nowhere to go.
I don't care.
I'm getting out of this town. Don't even try and stop me. I'm gonna be on Broadway. Okay, so long story short, he ends up in the leaky cauldron where Hermione, Ron, and Ron's whole family happen to be for whatever amazingly coincidental reason.
Melee damage, revive squad meets sniper damage.
It's a cat model. What do you expect? It's in his nature.
A cat? Is that what they told you? Looks more like a pig with hair, if you ask me.
That's rich, coming from the owner of that smelly old shoe brush.
Harry.
Okay, I'm sorry, but like, what is this hair? Why does Ron look like Farrah Fawcett? This seems to be the girl on the cover of like every romance novel. Now on his way here, Harry had seen something about someone named Sirius Black and how he'd escaped from some like magical prison or something. But he didn't really care that much because like, what could this possibly have to do with him? Until Ron's dad pulls him aside and tells him that Sirius Black is a big fan of Voldemort and broke out of prison to help kill Harry once and for all.
I simply catalyzed the process.
He has escaped from Azkaban. To find you.
Is your champion.
And kill me.
It's not even like an escape the event horizon.
Just swear to me that
How
whatever
do you
you
think
find
you'll
here,
escape
you
me?
won't go looking for Black. Why would I go looking for someone who wants to kill me?
What? That's literally all you've done the last 2 movies, Harry. You kidding me? A 3-headed demon dog? Well, don't mind if I do. A clone of Voldemort with a giant killer snake? Shoot, sign me up.
Hey, Harry, there's a dangerous criminal who escaped from prison to come find you. Could you please not go looking for him?
How dare you insinuate such nonsense? Anyway, so everyone hops on the train to Hogwarts, and our main characters have to share a car with some weird dude just like sleeping in the corner. But that's when something spooky happens.
Stay out of my way.
You know, I always thought it was kind of funny how these guys are supposed to be all like scary and menacing or whatever, but really they're just walking around like just some skinny emo guys that suck everything they see. I mean, kind of sounds like most of the kids that do musical theater. Whatever. Anyway, so the guy who was it turns out he's Professor Lupin, the Dark Arts teacher. It's just like that, they arrive in Hogwarts and listen to all of Dumbledore's cool announcements.
Good luck. Is it true you fainted? I mean, you actually fainted.
Wait, what is this? I thought Ron's hair was bad. Was this kid born in Chernobyl? What's going on here? You know, being 13 is just a rough time for everyone, I tell you what.
At the request of the Ministry of
എന്താ നടക്കണേ ഇതെന്താ what is
will,
this
until further notice, play host to the Dementors of Azkaban. The Dementors will be stationed at every entrance to the ground. Now, whilst I've been assured that their presence will not disrupt our day-to-day activities, Dementors are vicious creatures. They do not distinguish between the one who gets in their way.
So the school year goes on like normal for the most part, but there seems to be something strange going on with Hermione, as Ron is pretty quick to figure out.
Where did you come from?
Me? Been here all this time. But sir, we've just begun learning about red caps and hinky punks. We're not meant to start nocturnal beasts for weeks.
Ancient runes on the same time as divination. You have to be in 2 classes at once.
Don't be silly, Ronald. How could anyone be in 2 classes at once?
You know, it's kind of messed up how Hermione's just full-on gaslighting Ron the entire movie, and also Harry could just not care less about anything that's happening. Wait a minute, you were literally not here 2 seconds ago. Jeez, Ron, stop being so hysterical. What, are you crazy?
Does anyone know where I am right now?
Anyway, so one day, Hagrid, who's now a professor at Hogwarts, takes the class and teaches them about hippogriffs, specifically this one, Buckbeak.
Yes. Well done. Oh, well done, Harry. They let you ride him. What? Don't pull out any of his feathers, because he won't thank you for that.
So Harry rides Buckbeak around for a while, like that kid from Neverending Story, you know, when he's all Malfoy and he's all like, yeah! But when he comes back, wouldn't you know, Malfoy's not too happy about not being in the spotlight constantly. And you better believe he's got a couple things to say about that.
Oh, please.
Fancy a go? No need to dress nice. Gonna get messy.
Brilliant. Professor. Yes, you're not dangerous at all.
Okay, slight tangent here, but like, why does Malfoy look like 10 years older than everybody else? Like, this dude went from 10 to 12 to 25. He's like one of those Netflix CW teenagers, you know, who show up on the first day of high school like,
Hello, I'm a misunderstood, quirky 14-year-old.
Great, I've been rooted off. No.
Anyway, the school year continues on for a bit. There's some rumors floating around that Sirius Black might have been sighted near Hogwarts, but hey, they got all these Dementors flying around, sucking each other, so like, what could possibly go wrong, you know what I mean? Now, one day, they're in their Defense Against the Dark Arts class, learning how to deal with boggarts, which are these like shape-shifting things that are dangerous somehow.
What simple charm exists to repel a boggart? Ridiculous!
Not as ridiculous as that hair!
Data's going to follow.
Hello? Neville, what frightens you most of all?
Being called a gifted child, but never really amounting to anything, and living out my adult years regretting that I didn't do more with my life when I had the chance.
Now, when I open that wardrobe, here's what I want you to do.
Huh? Think of Snape dressed up like my grandmother. Okay, if you say so. Ridiculous!
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Severus Cinnamon!
So everyone takes a turn with the boggart until Harry steps up and his turns into a Dementor, which Professor Lupin casts away, and then class is over. So, thanks for nothing, buddy. Now later on, something's happened to the lady in the painting that opens the door to the Gryffindor Commons, and that's when we find out something a little important.
Dear lady, who did this to you?
Oh, he's like the devil. He's got and a soul as dark as his name.
Spotted one. Close.
It's him, Headmaster. The one they all talk about.
Perhaps we should orbit this
somewhere
way.
in the castle.
Adding another guest.
Sirius Black!
Now, throughout the year, Harry's been getting kind of close with Professor Lupin because he was friends with his mom and dad back in school. So Harry just loves to ask him a bunch of questions about everything.
Why do the Dementors affect us so? I mean, more than everyone else.
Listen, the Dementors are among the foulest creatures. They feed on every good feeling, every happy memory. She's left with absolutely nothing but his West experience.
Oh, okay, so Dementors are like an allegory for high school. Gotcha. Now, in the middle of all this, everyone else in school gets to go to the local town of Hogsmeade, except Harry, because he couldn't get the permission slip signed by his uncle. So instead, he's trying to like some kind of vampire. Decides that, gosh darn it, he's just gonna go anyway. So he puts on his but immediately he's caught by Fred and George.
Success. It's a wrench given to you, believe me. And we've decided your needs are greater than ours. I solemnly swear that I...
There's a map.
We own so much.
Hang on, this is Hogwarts. So you mean this map shows everyone?
Everywhere they are, what they're doing. Every day.
So then he uses this map to sneak into Hogsmeade and ends up overhearing a conversation between McGonagall and some other people about Sirius Black.
Sirius Black was and remains to this day Harry Potter's godfather.
Okay, so Sirius Black killed Harry's parents, sorta, and now he escaped to Azkaban to find and kill Harry too? And he's Harry's godfather? Man, this kid cannot catch a break. Anyway, so for whatever reason, Harry keeps hanging out with Lupin and wants to learn how to defend himself from Dementors.
Now, the spell I'm going to try to teach you is called the Patronus Charm. It's a kind of positive force, and for the wizard who can conjure one, it works something like a shield. In order for it to work, you need to think of a memory. A very happy memory, very powerful.
No good.
Well, let's see here. My parents were murdered, I live with a family who literally hates me, there's a killer on the loose trying to find me, and for no logical reason I can think of, there's this giant pendulum swinging in the entrance of the school that's decapitated at least 14 kids by now. But then he thinks about his mom or something, who he's never actually like really met, but whatever, and uses that to power his Patronus spell thing so he can fight the Dementors. Now later on, Harry's looking at the Marauders map, and he sees the name Peter Pettigrew. But wait a second, isn't that the guy Sirius Black killed 12 years ago? So Harry goes off to investigate, but wouldn't you know, doesn't find anything. Now a little bit after this, we learn that Buckbeak is set to be executed because Malfoy pressed charges against him for his little baby scratch, which Hermione does not appreciate very much. And so after this amazingly cathartic exercise, our three main characters go down to see how Hagrid's doing with all this.
Why don't we just set him free?
They know it was me.
It's late. It's nearly dark. You shouldn't be here. Someone sees you outside the castle this time of night, you'll be in trouble. Big trouble, particularly you, Harry.
So they run out the back and right into the Whomping Willow, and then just out of nowhere, a giant black dog shows up and pulls Ron into a secret passage under the tree. Then everyone goes after him, and they end up in some, like, secret shack thing somewhere, and wouldn't you know, they run into Sirius Black. But thankfully, Professor Lupin shows up just in time to save the day. Oh my goodness, they're actually the best friends, and they've been in cahoots the whole time to kill Harry.
You betrayed my parents. You're the reason they're dead.
No, Harry, it wasn't him. Somebody did betray your parents, but it was somebody who, until quite recently, I believed to be dead.
Who was it then?
Peter Pettigrew.
Okay, hold on. If that was the plan the whole time, then, like, why are you being all weird and creepy like this? And that's where we learn the truth about who Peter Pettigrew really is.
Pettigrew's alive. I have to know. And he's right there. You're right.
Time to kill.
12 years.
Oh, the actor is ഭയങ്കര നല്ല ജമ്പ് ആനിമേഷൻ ആണ് ആ പെട്ടിയില്.
Okay, but like, Harry's had the map for a little bit, but Fred and George have had it for years, right? And like, never once did they see the name Peter Pettigrew just like hanging out with Ron all the time. Like, none of them have been the least bit curious about why there's some weird dude hanging out in Ron's pocket all year. And like, none of the professors at Hogwarts, some of whom can turn into animals themselves, okay? Like, none of them figured out that this rat was actually just some weird dude who looks like he's subscribed to at least 7 different OnlyFans to see. Also, hasn't Sirius Black been somewhere in Hogwarts for like months now?
He's here! Somewhere in the castle! Serious?
And no one ever saw him on the map. Can you believe this kid's movie might not be 100% logical? Also, why are they all like so old? I mean, if they're supposed to be the same age as Harry's parents, who were 21 when they died, that means that all these dudes here should be like 32 or 33. Okay, like I'm 33, and all these guys look older than my dad. But all the same, then they catch Peter, and everyone goes back towards the school, and Sirius and Harry have a little heart-to-heart talk, right by the Whopping Willow, which I guess has now decided to just like chill out, my dude.
I know. Shotgun bolt here. Level 3. Well, I can understand if you choose to stay with your aunt and uncle. We should check out over there. But if you ever wanted a different home.
Perfection.
Come and live with you.
Wait a sec. So like for the entire school year so far, Harry's been thinking that this guy was gonna kill him. And then they just met like 5 minutes ago and it's like, hey, you thinking what I'm thinking? Slumber party! But turns out that night is a full moon and golly gee, would you believe Professor Lupin is actually a werewolf?
Yes. The champion was weighed and found wanting. We're inside the next ring. A net positive result.
You know, this movie's just pretty much like British Animorphs at this point. Also, what are the odds that a dude named Remus Lupin would be a werewolf and another guy named Sirius Black would turn into a black dog? I mean, a little on the nose there, Joanne, even for you. Anyway, so they fight for a while, and Harry finds Sirius in the forest somewhere afterwards. He's beaten up pretty bad, and what do you know, the Dementors show up and start sucking him dry, as they're known to do. But just when it looks like it's all over, suddenly, the Patronus Deer thing shows up and saves the day.
Throwing frag. Shattered an enemy's shield.
Found a subject. Recharging shields.
But then Harry wakes up in the hospital later that day, and this is when we get the final plot twist of the movie, where we finally learn what Hermione's really been up to the whole time.
Sirius Black is in the topmost cell of the Dark Tower.
You know the laws, Mr. Major. You must not be seen.
Half the squads are already dead. Shame.
我操，F 有点好玩。
Wow, you have a necklace that lets you time travel? I bet this'll come in real handy later in the series, huh? But yeah, so turns out Hermione's been using this time turner thing to time travel all year. You see, she took on way too many classes for who knows what reason, and therefore had to use this time travel necklace to go back in time to be in 2 places at once. Which makes like literally no sense whatsoever, okay? Because Dumbledore's like, you know the rule, Hermione, no one must see you. But people have been seeing 2 Hermiones the entire year. Also, her sleep schedule must be so messed up, you know, living 48 hours a day. Like maybe the first week or 2 she'd be fine, but for sure, it'd just be like, Hermione, I didn't see you walk in. Where did you come from? Also, why is she teleporting into these rooms right in the middle of the class?
Power SSG here.
Deploying a variable.
Been here all this time.
Like, why not just go back before the class and then just like walk in like normal or walk in a little late or something? Like, why is she doing it the worst possible way? Also, like, is she now a year older than everyone else because the last school year has been equal to 2 years worth of time for her? Come on, Joanne, we need some answers. Now, the end of the movie is just the last 30 minutes told from a different perspective where Harry and Hermione save Buckbeak by warning themselves, and the Patronus stag thing that showed up was actually just Harry saving himself.
It was me! I saw myself conjuring the Patronus before. I knew I could do it this time because, well, I'd already done it. Does that make sense?
No!
Makes perfect sense to me. So they use Buckbeak to save Sirius Black and break him out of the tower prison thing that he's in, and then Harry and Sirius have one last heart-to-heart talk because, of course they do.
I expect you're tired of hearing this. You look so like your father. Except your eye. You have my mother's eyes.
Fun fact, no he does not. But you know whose Harry's eyes do kind of look like is, But anyway, so Sirius escapes on Buckbeak, the day is saved, and that's pretty much the end of the movie. Well, we still got like 5 more movies to get through, so... yeah, I don't really know how to end this video, but see you next time. So I was watching this movie with Kelsey, and she helped think of some of the jokes in this video. So if you enjoyed this video, you know, some of it is thanks to her. You know, she's read all the Harry Potter books like a bajillion times. She's one of those like huge Potter fans, right? And it's like from the third movie onward is when you really start to notice that they had to cut out and truncate a lot of stuff, right? Because, you know, in like the third book, there's this whole thing, this backstory about the Animagus kids, right? How like, you know, Lupin is werewolf, and then all the other kids like turn themselves into like animorphs or whatever, you know, in solidarity with their friend. But it's like that's all cut out from the movie. So it kind of just seems like there's this weird group of kids that were friends with Harry Potter's parents who could just turn into animals like, just because they could. You know, like it's like it doesn't explain anything. In this movie, when Harry sees the stag when it saves him for the first time, and then he's like, "Oh, that's my dad. It's definitely my dad." And like in the book, it kind of explains, right? It's like, oh, his dad's Patronus was a stag, and so he thinks that it's his dad, like come back from the dead. Like comes to the conclusion that it must be his dad. It's like out of nowhere. He's like, that's definitely my dad. And then Hermione's like, are you doing okay, Harry? Because your dad's been dead for like 13 years. Like this probably would have been cool at the time, but it kind of makes you wish that they'd done like a part 1 and part 2 for every movie. You know, because like with Deathly Hallows doing part 1 and part 2, like I think they're able to get enough stuff in it that it actually kind of like works. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, everybody. If you did, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to ring that bell so you don't miss any videos from me. Send me an email at alexmyerscontact@gmail.com. Let me know what movies or TV shows you think I should check out next. Got a podcast with my girlfriend, App Store, a bunch of stuff. Anyway, everybody, hope you have a good end of the year. Hope you have some happy holidays, whatever you do or do not celebrate. I guess I'll see you on the flip side, whatever that means.
Reloading.
Well, it took like 2.5 years, but finally we're at the end of the Harry Potter movie. I think I mentioned this before, but I haven't watched any of these movies since they came out, and it is my favorite to go back now and older, and I can really appreciate like how the story gets a lot darker. Like the first book and movie are like very much for 10-year-olds, right? But by the time we get to Deathly Hallows, it's like things get a little messy. So let's watch and check out Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. But before that, really quick, this video is brought to you by Scentbird. If you ever find yourself traveling the world trying to defeat an evil snake demon man, you might as well at least try and smell good, you know what I'm saying? Well, Scentbird can help you with that. Scentbird is a service that's reimagining everything about how people discover, shop for, buy, and experience fragrances. For about $7,000 a month, you can find new luxury fragrances of your choosing, from Tom Ford to Gucci, and they even have more niche brands like Heretic and Skylar, and tons more than I could ever list here. All you gotta do is you just sign up using my code AMV, and you're gonna get 55% off your first month. So that means it's only like $7, and then you get to pick which luxury fragrance you want, or answer some questions and discover new brands of fragrances you might have never found otherwise. Scentbird sent me 3 different fragrances in these cool bottles they have that actually have quite a lot in them, okay? The tubes they send you have about 30 days worth of uses, so you really get to try out the scents and see like how you actually feel about them. So these 3 are the ones they sent me, and all of them are pretty much exactly the kinds of scents I guess I'd go with Coltane, because turns out I have a lot of fragrances. The Oakwood and Paley scents really carry this one, and it's really crazy to me, and I what you're going for, first track might be good because like it's not quite as overpowering as Coltane could be depending on the person, but it is very memorable, which is important. So if you start getting into fragrances, or you just want to try out some new luxury scents to add to your collection, click my link down below and use my code AMV, and you're going to get 55% off your first month. Now this is only available in the US and Canada right now, but still, if you're interested, check it out. Okay, back to the show. The movie starts out reminding us that Voldemort still actually exists.
Shit.
Movie for like 5 minutes, he's barely in the what's this guy been doing this whole time? But anyway, so Snape is walking his way up to the spooky house. Let's go this way. I need sheets. You know, whatever your opinion of Snape is, like, you know this dude was definitely a theater kid, right? Like, every time he casts a spell, it's the most hilariously dramatic thing you've ever seen. Sir, what are these arms doing? So Voldemort tells everyone that the prophecy says only he and Harry can kill each other. But because they have, like, the same wand, sort of, kinda, they can't really do that because the wands will just repel each other, so he needs to use someone else's wand.
I require your wand.
Yeah, you you know, taking over the world's cool and all that, but like, you have got to get those acrylics taken care of, my dude. These nails are all kinds of jacked up right now.
Those of you who do not know, we are joined tonight by
Entropy is the natural order of the universe.
Miss Burbage.
I simply catalyze the process.
Are not so different from us. She would.
Drinks on me after this. I mean, not on me. Although that did happen once, or 9 times.
Anyway, so flashing over to Harry and friends, the order arrives at his house, which now includes that one girl from the 4th movie, you know, the buxom baguettes or whatever they're called. Now, they're here because they have to move Harry to somewhere safe, but of course, while they do that, the Death Eaters are probably going to notice, so they have to come up with some way of hiding Harry in plain sight.
They've all agreed to take the risk. Technically, I've been coerced.
Nip it, Mundungus. Those of you who haven't taken Polyjuice Potion before, fair warning. It tastes like gum.
I've lots of experiences with that here, Maddo.
So most of them drink this Polyjuice Potion and all more. What happened here?
Just give me my shield to recharge.
All my nightmares.
Gas trap.
Hey, join me.
Not yet, you're not.
You need to change too,
Recharging shields.
Bill,
Let's move to the sector.
immediate. Recharge my
Yeah,
shield.
thanks for the help. And so they all set off in the middle of the night. 3 of them flying with Hagrid, which kind of seems like the worst idea to me because like, Hagrid can't even do it. It's like the biggest, easiest to see. And you're like one of the best room flyers or whatever, so like, why you gotta do all this? Like, everything's been leading up to this very moment.
Bam! There goes the bogle.
We're just sidecar the whole time.
Something like that.
And so after breaking about 40 minutes of the they're immediately attacked by Voldemort and the Death Eaters. Someone tipped them off.
Subject spotted.
Call me crazy. We're actually this new guy over here.
Recharging shields.
Give my shield to recharge. Send it a decoy. Wait, how do I know I'm nothing? I was just dream within a dream.
Enemy spotted.
Hedwig dies? I don't think dying this early.
Shields are
I think this place needs a little more me.
Finally, I'll get to the safe house, but like I said, someone must have tipped off the Death Eaters, so someone among this group is like a or something, right? And they can
Recharging shield.
recharging shields.
Just give me my shield.
whatever. Still with my favefiction.net account. Quick question, you got them for yourself, but we had family over, so you can tell me. Oh, Chandler, what's your safe word? I don't hate wine. Honey, it is you. Anyway, so Mad-Eye Moody is dead. Hedwig is dead. George is dead. So Harry's kind of starting to feel a little guilty about all this, because like, and so he starts off on his own in the middle of it.
Nobody else is gonna die. Not for me. Come with me. Leave behind.
Anyway, so Ron talks to this thing just for a while. But now, the next morning, there's this big wedding. He runs which seems hilariously toned down. Like, the wedding where the world is ending around you. Like, hey, you want to COVID was in full swing, and everyone had that one cousin who was like, hey, I'm still coming, right? Don't forget, we're registered to Lululemon. Now, right before this, the new Minister of Magic and Health killed Dumbledore's will. He said, Ron gets the reverse. Harry gets the golden snake in reverse. And understandably, they're all like, what the heck are we supposed to do with this stuff?
Is that it then?
Dumbledore left you.
He said, Harry gets my Tony the Tiger's first
Recharging shields.
Oh yeah, that one. That too, yeah, that was probably more important. But here's the thing, no one actually knows where the Sword of Gryffindor is anymore, so he doesn't actually get it anymore. But all the same, at the wedding, Harry starts talking to some older people he meets who apparently knew a lot about Dumbledore. And Harry starts to realize there's a whole lot more about
Well, where the trip to Goblin Valley is flow. Young
from the 5th movie, and that's when they make a startling discovery about that Horcrux locket thing they got in the 6th movie.
Lovely.
I have a subject in view.
Regulus Arcturus Black.
That is a regular name, right? That doesn't have your soul in it, which you should totally be able to tell anyway, because like slithering your own boat. No one else can possibly stop you when you come back to life. I am genius. Anyway, come to find out that
I still see it.
Via another polyjuice potion and flushing themselves down the toilet.
That's bloody disgusting.
Magical society development, and this is the best way to come up. Anyway, so they sneak in, one leads another, but ultimately they find Umbridge with the Horcrux locket around her neck.
Mary Elizabeth Cattermole? A wand was taken from you upon your arrival at the ministry today, Mrs. Cattermole. That wand? Please tell
Target spotted.
with your wizard.
Can we just take a moment and acknowledge this dude's insanely solid job? I mean, this guy can suck peanut butter through a paper straw.
You mustn't tell lies.
And so they get the locket, they run away from security, Ron makes out with this dude's wife, and they teleport away to some forest somewhere. But Ron gets injured during the teleportation and can't teleport again.
Recharging shield.
We'll go on foot.
And because he's injured, Ron has to let his mother. Carrying the money stuff, friendly, smiling, doing happy stuff out there. And the next like 4 or 5 minutes of the movie is kind of slow. Walk through this.
Diary in the Chamber of Secrets. You stabbed the basilisk with the Sword of Gryffindor. Its blade is impregnated with basilisk blood.
What? നമ്മള് ബെയർ സ്ക്വാഡ് ആയിരുന്നു.
Don't expect me to be great, because now there's another damn thing we've got to find.
I thought you knew what you signed up for.
Yeah, I thought I did too.
But then it turned out to be kind of hard, so I don't like it anymore.
What part of this isn't living up to your expectations? You think we were going to be staying in a 5-star hotel?
Harry, what the heck is a 5-star hotel? Don't use your weird muggle terms with me.
And you? Are you coming or are you staying?
Yeah, Ron, you're not really doing real good PR for yourself right now. I feel like everyone's probably dated at least one person like this, you know, where it's like, I only want you to be happy on my terms. So pick a side. You want someone who makes you happy or someone who gets mad at you for being happy? Ha, choose wisely. Anyway, so Ron teleports away, never to be seen again, and now it's just Harry and Hermione. So after a bunch more walking and chasing down dead-end leads on Horcruxes, one night Harry sees a Patronus deer thing that leads him to a lake, and oh my goodness, what do you know? The sword of Gryffindor is right there. It's just that easy. So he dives in to get it, but the locket around his neck doesn't want to do the smash, understandably, so it tries to choke him out. But then Ron shows up.
Okay, 4 killing
he grabs the sword, saves Harry, wham bam boom. Look at that. And so now Ron has to use the sword to try and destroy the locket, which turns out is a lot more of a process than it sounds.
I've seen your dreams, Ron Weasley.
I've seen your dreams, Ronald Weasley.
I ain't afraid of you. I got nothing to hide.
I've also seen your entire internet history.
Yeah, okay, all right, I'm just gonna put the sword right back where I found it. And then Ron sees this like weird vision of Harry and Hermione with the same skin complexion as like a Mr. Beast thumbnail. But never fear, Ron overcomes his Jacob from Twilight angst and destroys the locket once and for all.
Hey.
You. Complete. You show up here after weeks, and you say, hey?
Yeah, so Ron's like, oh yeah, sorry I didn't call. I was busy getting the sword of Gryffindor and destroying part of Voldemort's soul. And then Hermione's like... Now after this, thanks to Hermione being like a big old nerd, she comes to the conclusion that Luna's dad might know something about something, because way back at the wedding, he had this Illuminati necklace thing, and the same symbol was on a grave they found, and also written in that children's book she got from Dumbledore, you know, because this is how Dumbledore just does everything. Always remember that help can be found in the recesses of the shadows between the darkness, if you only but look for light is the Griffin's elbow. Sorry, I just got back from Burning Man. I can like smell colors now, it's crazy. So they find Mr. Lovegood, and he tells them a very interesting story.
Well, it's the sign of the Deathly Hallows, of course.
The what?
The what? The Deathly Hallows. I assume you're all familiar with the tale of the three brothers.
Yeah. Yes.
No.
So the Deathly Hallows are the Invisibility Cloak, the Resurrection Stone, which is different than the Sorcerer's Stone, even though they do like the same thing, and something called the Elder Wand, that's the most powerful wand ever. And whoever can get all three of these, so to speak. Anyway, so once again, the Deathly show up, it's time to capture Harry and friends, and they get taken to Bellatrix and the Malfoys. But just when it looks like it's all over, never again shows up to save.
Zone A has been captured.
To rescue Harry Potter, of course. But we will always be there for Harry Potter.
Are you saying you can
Pick me up, deployed.
Gas trap deployed.
Okay, can we just talk for like a second here about how like house elves are so OP in this world, and no one ever utilizes them for anything. Like there are means to everything, charms, curses, just do whatever. Also, you're coming over 5 minutes and then run down to one. Race them out of Bellatrix's 50 Shades of Grey dungeon or whatever this is.
And Dobby has come to save Harry Potter and his friends.
Dumbledore had the Elder Wand, and now Voldemort has it. And this is just...
Let's attack this zone.
Where the movie is. I mean, I can take or leave that. I mean, Hedwig and Dobby dying in the scene. Oh, wait! What kind of psychopath from the final movie? Soon, probably. So, see you then. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed the video, if you did, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to ring that bell, leave a like, leave a comment, all that stuff. Send us an email or what movies or TV shows you think I should check out next. And above all, everybody have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. This movie came out in 2011, which is 10 years after the first Harry Potter. Entire generation apparently was at stake with this movie. So what is the way, this video is brought to you by Surfshark VPN. Surfshark VPN change your IP address to pretty much anywhere in the world you want. And what this means for you is it protects your websites and other where maybe your country has some like weird, strict content censoring laws, or you just don't want people to potentially hack your machine. Well, Surfshark VPN can help you with all of that, but it also has a lot of very practical day-to-day uses, like allowing you to watch the Netflix libraries from almost any country. Fun fact, Slovakia has by far the highest number of watch, with over 7 and all you gotta do is just install Silverdrag-N and tell it to put your IP address in Slovakia, and there you go. You have access to an extra 1,600 titles. Or Japan and Taiwan have the biggest anime libraries on Netflix, so using Silverdrag-N you can access all of them. Or in the process, if you're traveling away from your country, you want to stay up to date on a certain show you're watching or whatever, you can use Silverdrag-N to put your IP address in your home country, and then wham bam about. There you go. It's quick and easy to sign up and install, and only costs $2.49 per month with a 2-year subscription. So it barely costs you anything, really, and gives you access to all of this. And get this, you can use a single subscription on an unlimited number of devices. So let's say you and 4 other family members, y'all want to pitch in on one subscription. That means you get all of this for 50 cents a month. So click my link down below and use the promo code MYERS. You're going to get 3 months for free. So click my link and sign up today. Okay, back to the show.
Follow the tunnel.
Beautiful here.
The order used to say.
I think these keep evil away.
Might be something good this way.
They're wrong.
Portal clear.
Excuse me.
Always love having you around. She's like that one friend that everyone has, you know, who's always like, you know, dogs don't actually love you. They just decide to like right away. It's possible they're literally programmed. So you don't want match people. Anyways, Harry and friends are hanging out at this safe house place, planning their next move on how and where to go out today. After talking to this goblin dude, they find out that Bellatrix Lestrange might have one in her Gringotts vault, so they set out to sneak their way in by pretending to be her via the Polyjuice potion.
Never mind.
Going to face.
Well,
Grenade.
how do I look?
Recharge.
It's not the word I would use to describe Helen Bonham Carter in this. A bunch of wacky shenanigans. They find the Horcrux and survive the curses in there. They free a dragon and ride it all around London, you know, as British kids are known to do. And after this, Harry gets a vision from Voldemort that another Horcrux might be related to the Ravenclaw house in Hogwarts. But see, here's the thing: there's a big rock in that Snape and the Death Eaters have now taken over the whole school, and everyone's like trying to catch Harry. Dumbledore's long-lost brother, of all people.
You're Aberforth. Dumbledore. You who I've been seeing in here. You're the one who saved Dobby.
Where have you left him?
He's dead.
ഒരു knockdown കൂടെ. Okay.
I like that.
That's what I was saying last movie. Literally the best character in the whole series. And they're just like, get rid of him? Bunch of beasts, damn thing. Now we come to find out that Aberforth Dumbledore is not really as big of a fan of his brother.
Shields recharge.
The last one's inside the castle, but we'll need your help getting in.
This is your suicide mission.
Dumbledore trusted me to see this through.
What makes you think you can trust him? What makes you think you can believe anything my mother told you?
Exactly, that's what I've been saying the whole time. And everyone's like, wow, what a wise old wizard. Like, no, this guy's doctor just prescribed too much Ambien. That's Longbottom shows up. Leads Harry, Ron, and Hermione all the way back to Hogwarts to some kind of like.
Data's to follow.
Guys, why are we clapping?
Something hidden here in the castle. Right. What is it? We don't know. Where is it? We don't know that either.
Really, y'all clap for this?
I think it has something to do with
there's Rowena Ravenclaw's lost diamond. It's lost for centuries.
I know I've said this like 4 times, but why does everyone dismiss the reason? You know what? They just need to do another part by stuff past the goblins and then friggin' roll that dragon. And the minute Luna says, everyone's like, anti-Luna propaganda. I tell you what, anyways, calls all the kids into the main hall because he just got word that Harry and friends were in Hogsmeade earlier that night. And he's having
recharge my shields.
Zone B neutralized.
We have neutralized a zone.
Okay, there we go. And so Harry steps out from the crowd. Turns out the remaining members of the Order have been standing behind this door waiting for this to happen for like 45 minutes at least. But yeah, so all of a sudden, Harry makes his grand return to Hogwarts.
How dare you stand there?
I still see it.
Beats the crap out of Snape for a while. He runs away, and this is the spark that lights the flame, and it's time to take back the school from the new principal by having a go-go. Of course, the Slytherin kids are all kind of they want to turn Harry over to him because he tells them to do this with his cool telepathy
Need to
powers.
recharge my shields.
Attack this zone, Harry.
Voldemort's kind of sounded like he's got a bad case of okay. I'll never let you get away with this, Voldemort. Don't say that to my face, why don't you? Completely be crashing down the way having done this nonsense.
Recharging my shields.
Your arrival is most opportune. If you would, I would like you, please, to lead Miss Parkinson and the rest of Slytherin.
I'll be leading them too, Mom.
The dungeons
Let's
would
remain
do.
friends.
You know, it's a little weird how, like, everyone knows Slytherin is, like, cartoonishly evil, right? And, like, they teach full-on wizard eugenics, but, like, everyone just has to pretend to be okay with this. This house is virtuous and great, and this house is perfect. This house wants to murder all of us, but Draco's kind of after what you can do. And so the students and staff of the school prepare for the no-doubt incoming attack from Voldemort, where Harry's back and lost control of everything. And McGonagall is just, I mean, she is so ready for this.
Let's attack this zone.
Mission to do
Void
this.
jumping.
That is correct, Longbottom.
To blow it up. Boom. Boom. Wicked. How on earth are we going to do that?
Recharging my shields.
Mr. Flicken, as I recall,
Snape is really good at blowing things up. The Irish kid? Really, Joanne? You're gonna go with this? Yeah, you know, the Irish kid. He's probably really good at blowing up all kinds of stuff, like cars and government buildings. I'm a genius author.
this game really is a death sentence.
Here, in a place
For
where
you.
everything said, if you have to ask, you'll never know. If you know, you need only ask.
Need to
Oh
recharge my
yeah,
shields.
sorry to be rude
Let's
here,
go
but
this
like we're
way.
kind of in a hurry. You think you could just like tell us where it is? Why is everything gotta be some kind of gosh darn riddle at this school? Just answer the question. Anyway, long story short, the diaphragm is in the room of the
They are
choir,
halfway
which
to
always shows
victory.
up right when you need it. Always gives you exactly what you need. Why not just hang out there every year and
Good work. Let's remain friends.
എടാ
Well. Brings you here, Potter.
That's right. Harry was followed by Draco, and, you know, I remember Crabbe and Goyle looking a little different. But hey, what do I know? So Harry manages to escape the giant fire demon that just kind of shows up for some reason, and saves Draco on the way out because they've actually been having a steamy, intense relationship this whole time, according to some of the fans. And now, finally, the only Horcrux left is Nancy the Snake. By Voldemort?
This game really is a death sentence.
Cannot
For you.
see me properly because I am not. The wand belongs to the wizard who killed its last owner. Who killed Dumbledore.
Singularity deployed.
Well, like, wasn't the plan for Draco to kill Dumbledore in the first place? The wand would have never been Voldemort's anyway, unless the plan was for Draco to kill Dumbledore, and then Voldemort was going to kill Draco, but that all seems like a really unnecessarily roundabout way of doing all this. Like, I'm just saying, for some kind of dark overlord demon mastermind, like, this dude's plans kind of suck. Anyway, so right before Snape dies, Harry puts his tears in a flask so he can see Snape's memories and Dumbledore's pensive thing in his office.
You have your mother's eyes.
And here's where we finally learn the truth about Snape, Dumbledore, Harry's parents, the whole thing.
18 കില്ല്.
Okay, but like, why does young Snape look like Edward Silverdrag-N? This dude never stood a chance in life, man, I tell you what. So we see how Snape met Lily when they were kids. He liked her, of course. But when they went to Hogwarts together, she was put
I
in the
guess
Gryffindor,
ഇന്നത്തേക്ക്
and she
നിർത്തുവാണ്.
met
കാരണം
James
ഡെയിലീസ്
Potter.
തീർന്നു.
James
ഒരു
was
ലെവലിൽ
mean to
കൂടി
Snape. He gave him, like, wedgies
വേറെ
and
പെട്ടിയൊന്നും
swirlies.
എടുക്കാനില്ലായിരുന്നു.
And even though Snape was
എടുക്കാനില്ലായിരുന്നു
totally there
തോന്നുന്നു.
first, Lily fell in love with James. And Snape has
So
been
I
bitter
guess
about
ഞാൻ
this for
ഇന്നത്തേക്ക്
literally
നിർത്തുവാണ്.
his
And
entire
പതിവ്
life.
പോലെ ഗുഡ് ബൈ GGs and to be continued. Bye bye.
What will you give me?